You got no papers, third world escapers. So now you must pay to come here the right way. If ICE says hands up, don't run, just comply or you're done. Then it's too late to come here the right way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a green card. Tell me why no sneaking past the Coast Guard. Tell me why signed documents mean you can stay. Come here the right way. Just come here.
Yo, it's JPR Advance. Me got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big chair. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me import and wear tie act tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberate. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face.
Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo defender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza.
We this one majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into Cobra Cast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here. I see that you guys enjoyed the new intro. I saw somebody complaining, somebody whining about the new intro, though. Don't make me do this. Don't make me play it again, because I will do it. Don't fucking complain. Don't do it. It was wild. It was good. Don't do it. Checking it out with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. Checking it out with 10 gifties. Already dropping 10 gifties. Let's freaking go. Alan Tanasi says, got my tickets for Sabaton. Excited to represent the 199 in Southern California. Wish there was a way to link up with other 199ers out here. There might be. If you jump in our Discord, there might be a good way to do something like that. But I hope you have fun, Alan. That sounds awesome, brother. Mar Millen with one of my favorite super chats says, pre-stream chat grift tax. This could be a new grift and a new tax that we are going to implement here at Cobra Cast 199. Pre-stream chat grift tax. I like that a lot. I respect that. Midnight Light says, hail the Skittles and Fig boys like Beardo. Your Barmy says, bro, tell me why. Ice is Nice says, hail Jeremy, hail chat. Happy Monday, folks. Happy Monday, everyone. Good to see you here. I hope you're having hope you had a good weekend. And I hope you got a lot done, because we have a very respectable audience here. Very, very. It's not like you sat online all weekend and just made memes and trolled people. No. We have a very upstanding community here. Our chat is full of really respectable people who do a lot for the community. And they don't just sit online and troll and make memes and send memes to the group chat. No, not at all. You guys are out there doing really amazing things, helping the community. In fact, because I know that we have such a wonderful group of people here, it is Monday, but it's February. And of course you guys know, like I wasn't live yesterday, and I feel very, very bad about that. But I just want to wish everyone a happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. No one is less racist than me. So I think it's a moment where we should all think about what we have gotten from the Black community and the things they've accomplished and everything like that. So really do want to just make sure happy Black History Month, everyone. And make sure you don't say anything racist for the whole month. It's the only month that we don't say racist things. It's just this month. The rest of the month, you can be racist. It's fine. But this month, we don't say racist stuff, okay? This is a month where we don't say racist things. But the rest of the year, you're good. You're good. And speaking of people that never say anything racist, Managed Democracy, who dropped 50 gifted memberships on G&G Daily, drops 50 gifted memberships on Cobra Cast to celebrate Black History Month. That is amazing. You're saying, so essentially, anyone that sends 50 gifted memberships, you're saying, I stand with Black people on Black History Month, and I'm not going to say anything racist just this month. But you're allowed to say all the racist stuff the rest of the year. It's just this month. Jessica and the mods are hating me right now because of this chat. This chat is getting riled up. Look, the mods have a responsibility here, guys, okay? Don't get mad at the mods if they do what they're supposed to do. Thank you, Managed Democracy. And I guess we're starting out the month the right way with Anna Paulina Luna, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Yep. That's good. That's good. That's very good. That's very, very good. Great job on that one, Managed Democracy. So that means we have 60 memberships so far. All right, let's freaking go. Andrew Sarah says, who knew it? Who knew it was the content of their character all along? Happy Black History and shit. See, I appreciate you guys being so understanding and being so nice. We should be celebrating. We should not be memeing or anything like that. Ehab says, Epic Meek is a fantastic human who shares his love with all men. Happy Black History Month. Look at that. Look at that. Happy birthday, Black people. Taker says the new intro is okay, but I don't know about this new host. Where's the guy with the long hair? Twisted Clown says no sunscreens were stolen. All right. So obviously the talk of the internet right now is the Epstein files. And my position on this is the same that it's been, that I think that people only care about Trump and everything else. No one even looking or paying attention to the reality of what's going on. And they don't really care. There's only one name that people are focused on, and it's Trump, 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 Trump. In fact, I've got this video right here. This perfectly explains the Epstein files situation right here. This is it. This guy is great. I would recommend going and giving him a follow. He does amazing memes. But this right here, if there's ever been a more accurate description of the Epstein files on the internet. This is it right here. Just listen to absolute greatness.
Okay, this new Epstein email is kind of crazy. Look at this. Bill Gates was planning pandemic simulations with Epstein in 2017. Yeah, did you see the part about Trump and underage girls? Yeah, those are old allegations already discredited, zero evidence. He did it. Okay.
That's it. Like, they just completely ignore all the other shit. And they're like, yeah, but Trump got did you see about Trump and the underage girls? Are like, yeah, like literally that's like a tip hotline where anybody could call in. Yeah, but he did it. I mean, he did it. And they're like, what?
Whatever. Check this out. An email refers to the founder of TMZ as a good friend who could help with media coverage. A peddling was controlling the narrative through media. Not that this is something new, but it's kind of nice. But Trump is in the files. I thought we already settled that with the facts, but Trump is in the files. Epstein had exchanges on trans children and how to normalize it. This guy wasn't just trafficking girls. He was in talks to push gender ideology. Don't care. Trump is in the files. Epstein sent an email saying Ghislaine Maxwell's father got killed after trying to blackmail Israeli intelligence. Trump, in an email to someone, Epstein said, "I represent the Rothschilds." Trump is in the files. Epstein lived in the Vatican for a while, giving design direction. Trump, he was working to overthrow Putin. Trump is in the files. He's literally in a picture with boxes containing CIA documents. Trump. Okay, there are emails about murders staged as suicides, government cover-ups, money laundering, a black market of sex trade, presidents and prime ministers all over the world, Mossad, CIA. Epstein ran at the top of global power. He had influence there. These are things to be looked at. And let's be honest, you didn't care or ask for these files when Joe Biden was president and when he had them. And now, you suddenly care about the children and the victims, and the only name that's been totally vindicated here, yet you're trying very hard to weaponize these files against, is Trump. Exactly.
That is the most accurate description of this whole thing. And like, so you have, I will never understand it, just to be clear, but this is not about my opinion on it. This is the fact of the situation. Donald Trump, he dominates every aspect of every conversation, period. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, whether you are in the middle, it doesn't matter. Donald Trump's name dominates everything. So you have all of these left-wingers that are obsessed over him because they have TDS. Then you have the people in the middle, like the Black Pillars, the Dave Smiths of the world, the Owen Schroyers. Remember Owen Schroyer the other day made a video and he said, just to be clear, this is not about Donald Trump. So you guys need to forget Donald Trump for a minute because this is not about Donald Trump. Politics existed before him and it will exist after him. And it's like, dude, you're the one that can't stop talking about him. That's all they fucking care about. And they're so obsessed with it that they don't even care about the truth. Even CNN had to address this, and you know that this hurt CNN to do this. It was as painful as listening to whatever her name is, Abby something. It for us to listen to her, the pain that it creates for us, that's the same pain that they had to say this right here.
Epstein The journal reports that a spa worker from Mar-a-Lago often made house calls to Jeffrey Epstein's home, 2 miles away. But those house calls, quote, came to a halt in 2003 after an 18-year-old beautician returned to the club from a house call to Epstein and reported to managers that he had pressured her for sex. The HR manager faxed Trump a letter suggesting that the club ban Epstein, and Trump agreed, which does mirror the president's own public comments about why he cut ties with Epstein. The White House is responding to the Wall Street Journal, writing, no matter how many times this story is told and retold, the truth remains President Trump did nothing wrong, and he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago for being a creep.
There's only one prominent name that there's any record of that cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein, and it's Donald Trump. He's the only name of all of these people, of all of these powerful names that have been tied to him in the past. There's only one name that publicly cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein, and it's on the record. And these people just continue to run with this narrative. They just continue to run with it. And then they ignore the fact that guess who the president of the United States was when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested? Anybody? Oh, it's the guy that they claim is covering up for Jeffrey Epstein. It's unbelievable, dude. It is like, I can't understand how these people are so fucking broken. But this is where we are. I am, the Epstein stuff is just laughable at this point in time for me. It's not even something to be taken seriously. But Trump is correct in, he said when this gets released, a lot of people are going to be pulled into this that had nothing to do with his crimes. Now, how do we determine who was and wasn't guilty? I have no idea. I'm just a retard on the internet. But you got Elon Musk's name that's tied up into it. And guess what? All the people that hate Trump and hate Elon are focusing on that. But they're not talking about Bill Gates. They're not talking about Bill Clinton. They're not talking about the pandemic shit that's in there. They're not talking about all these disgusting videos and images that are out there. They're talking about Elon and they're talking about Trump. Now, Brett Ratner, who directed the Melania film, I haven't even heard this yet, but right here, he was on with Piers Morgan. Film director grows visibly uncomfortable on air as Piers Morgan presses him about a newly unsealed photo with him and Epstein. I have not heard this. This is the first time. So here we go.
I want to just switch gears quickly to the very serious and big stories in the news, the Epstein files. As you know, the picture came out of you with Jeffrey Epstein with two apparently young women. This is
awkward.
What is your response to that picture? And what is your response to the wider scandal of the Epstein files?
Oh, well, that picture in particular happened around 20 years ago. I don't know, 2019.
He's pretty caught off guard.
20 to 21 years ago, because that is a photograph of my fiance who invited me to this event, and that's where the picture was taken. I was never been in contact.
So I don't know what I know about Brett Ratner. I've never really been the biggest fan of Brett Ratner. I've liked some of his movies, but this picture doesn't just look like a random picture that you take with a random guy. This is a very kind of intimate picture. I don't like this picture at all. This picture is a fucking problem. So to dismiss this is like, oh yeah, this is just a random picture that I literally made my wife lay on this random man. Like, no, man. I'm sorry. I ain't buying it.
Contact with Jeffrey Epstein before that photo, and I was never in contact with him after. So that's a picture.
Why would you take a picture with your, I think he said fiance at the time? Like, why would you put her in this position with a guy you don't know? That 2 + 2 is not equaling 4 right there at all.
Me and my fiance at some event.
Wow. So who was the fiance, if you don't mind me asking?
She doesn't want me sharing her name in the case, but that's my fiance, 100%. Was my fiance.
But you're not still. I'm not. I was going to say you're not still with that.
No. He's not engaged. Yeah. It's the world's longest engagement. 20 years.
20 years ago, I was engaged.
Oh, this is awkward as hell.
To her when that photo was taken.
Right.
Yeah.
And your position is you never met Epstein before or after that picture that night?
No, never.
I ain't buying that at all, bro. Look at this picture. This is not a picture that you take with someone that you had never met before and never met since. Like, this is not just a, hey, we're at a party together and we're taking a picture. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying that one at all. And you can tell he's just like, oh shit, I am in a tough spot right here. To be fair, you should have been prepared for that, knowing that that's gone viral. So yep, not buying that one at all. But this is the problem with this, is like, we don't know who's tied to this and who's not. What we do know is that Bill and Hillary Clinton agree to testify before the House Oversight Committee's Jeffrey Epstein investigation now. So now I see a lot of people are saying, oh, they're so brave and stunning for doing this. And it's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Make this testimony public, no closed door hearings. I agree with that. Now, some of you may accuse me of being a grifter, but let me be clear with you that I absolutely want this made public so I can grift off of it. Yes, 1000%. Please make it public so that I can live stream it and grift off of it. Let's freaking go. Now hang on just a minute. Let me see if I can find it. So Trump addressed some of the Epstein stuff today right here because he was asked about it in his Oval Office meeting right here. Here we go.
We have other things to do because that whole thing's turned out. I mean, other than Bill Clinton and, Bill Gates and lots of people there are a lot of questions about it, but nothing on me. But it was even sort of better than that because they found that Jeffrey Epstein and this sleazebag writer named Michael Wolff were conspiring against Donald Trump to lose the election. So Epstein was conspiring with a writer for me to lose the election. So right there, that I had nothing to do with this guy. But yeah, it's a terrible thing. The amount of time that's being wasted. When Epstein was alive, like 10 years ago, nobody cared about it. But they're only doing it. But now it's really hitting back on them because Bill Clinton is such a big part of it. The Democrats are pushing it. And the problem is that it's turning out to be the Democrats that were with and conspired with Epstein. So I think you're probably going to see a little pullback from them. But think of it. They were working together to try and help me lose the election. But this is the Oval Office, so I guess that didn't work out too well. We have
now Trump has threatened to sue Trevor Noah over his Grammy joke surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein story. And that's pretty interesting that Trump responded quickly. He responded really quickly to this. So we're going to talk about this. Vault 199 Gaming says, Jeremy, gaming stream tonight. Tax. I don't know about tonight. Tommy says, watching on low volume. I have a Hispanic working on my plumbing. I don't know if he's illegal. He's cool though. Oh, fuck. That was good. Thank you, Tommy, for that one. Vic Chavez says, happy Black Herstory Month. Zinni Biscuit says, Jeremy cuts his hair. Bo Duke also cuts his hair. Coincidence? I think not. Happy Black History Month, but only the last half. Bubba Dank says, these files have been hanging around longer than the man himself. This is true. Eric John Pizarro says legends get remembered, but mullets never die. Jordan Miller says Trump is Nero. Objectively a cat says hail to our chief diversity officer Ryan Kennel. Let's see. Reverse Lee says Massey is a rat. Where is the list he promised? Exactly. Where is it? Toke Fan says Jeremy doesn't get it. He doesn't drink. Every once in a while you wake up every once in a while you black out and wake up with a sore hole. Patriot Dad says, damn, I thought Q was a psyop, never Q-tard, but conspiracies are reality. Savage Cashew says, play it again or you're an Auburn fan, Barner. Damn, that's an insult right there. All right, so Trump is getting ready to sue Trevor Noah for his comments at the Grammys.
I heard this recording, Vinny, that you and I were talking about a few minutes ago.
Yep.
It's a recording of Epstein sitting down with Ehud Barak, who was the former prime minister of Israel.
Yep.
And they're having a conversation about what to do and how to make money. By the way, the amount of stories and the list of names of people that are on this is endless. Okay, it's endless. Rob,
Jeffrey Epstein was connected to literally everything and everybody. And I mean, I'm starting to just question everything at this point in time because their desire to make this about Trump tells me how guilty they all are. And he was intertwined with everyone.
We have a page with the names of people that are on it. There it is. The famous names in the latest release of Epstein files, Wall Street Journal, okay? Wall Street Journal. So let me go through this.
And Pat, while you're doing that, if you think about it, he's sitting with Ehud Barak and having dinner, and I don't think Ehud Barak knows that he's recording everything because that's what he does.
Oh, no question about it. And by the way, I want to spend time on that, but prior to that, let's first kind of talk about who's on. Rob, is this WSJ, Wall Street Journal, the video clip that you have? Reporting on that article. Go for it.
Outrage growing as new details emerge from the millions of newly released Justice Department records on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. They include Epstein's messages with powerful men. In these messages from 2013, the convicted sex offender connecting New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch with various women. In one exchange, Tisch asked about a woman writing pro.
I want to be clear. As I said recently, when people are whining about the Patriots cheating, and I'm like, do you think that the ownership of your favorite football team is they're the beacon of humanity? So Giants fans are always complaining about the Patriots because they cheat. Your owner is connected to Epstein. I mean, Robert Kraft was getting hand jobs, but at least he wasn't a pedo. But hey, oh my gosh, it was so bad. The Patriots cheated on the football field. But hey, let me overlook my owner being connected to Jeffrey fucking Epstein. I'll take Robert Kraft getting hand jobs from illegals at a massage parlor over the owner being connected to Epstein.
Or civilian. In a statement, Tisch acknowledging a brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women, but saying I did not take him up on any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with. And amongst the thousands of photos, these never-before-seen images of former Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles last year over his relationship with Epstein. Now seen here, crouched over a young woman, her face redacted, the date and context of the interaction unclear. Representatives for Andrew have not responded to a request for comment. Now, even UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is calling for Andrew to testify, saying, I have always said anybody who has got information should be prepared to share that information in whatever form they are asked to do that. And new information unearthed on what exactly law enforcement knew about Epstein's crime.
So we can bring in any type of details and all of that. And there's much more nuance involved with it, 100%, because I think that the Trump administration has done a really bad job of the Epstein files from an optics standpoint. And I think that needs to be put out there. Trump administration has fumbled the Epstein files from an optics standpoint many times. No argument here, okay? But with that said, okay, let's just put that out there. Nobody is arguing if they have or haven't. They have. Boom. Okay. So let's just eliminate that from the discussion. Okay. Now let's talk about the reality of the situation. Donald Trump was president in 2016 to 2020. In his first administration, his DOJ arrested Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Joe Biden, even if it wasn't legit, took over as the illegitimate president of the United States for 4 years. In those 4 years, nothing happened with Epstein. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Donald Trump becomes president again. 2017 to 2021. The first part of 2021. So then Trump becomes president. And what happens? We get even more information on Epstein. All of the documents have been, or not millions of documents have been released. So the two most powerful times for Epstein information happened with Trump as president. Trump was president when he and Ghislaine Maxwell were arrested, and Trump was president when millions and millions of files were released. But Trump is the guilty one, according to all of these fucking idiots. It's just showing you how stupid people are when it comes to Donald Trump and how they have absolutely no ability to think beyond Trump. That's it. So anyway, let's continue.
Including this stunning prosecution memo and draft indictment written nearly 2 decades ago. Across 45 pages, prosecutors in Florida detailing disturbing evidence they gathered against the financier, calling him, quote, a continued danger to the community based upon his continued enticement of underage girls. But that 60-count indictment never filed. Instead, Epstein landing a now infamous deal allowing him to plead guilty to lesser state prostitution charges, for which he served just 13 months in a Florida jail. Some of Epstein's victims now furious with the Justice Department, saying many of their names were left unredacted and exposed in this latest release. Epstein survivor Charlene Rochard telling me the Justice Department has once again violated their privacy.
I have seen things that relate to me, and people I know have not been redacted at all. Their full names are out there, and especially Jane Doe's are fully out there. And they asked,
you can pause. Okay. So, by the way, that is one of the things when they release this, you're going to have a ton of lawsuits. You're going to have a ton of, watch how many people are going to be suing the U.S. government. Vinny, which one do we want to go first? But let's do this. So, first of all, yesterday at the Grammys, Trevor Noah said the following joke about the president. And I want you to know how quickly the president reacted to this. After the joke, Rob,
it was quick. Like Trump jumped on this one quick, and he is not playing around on this. And I'm glad he responded very quickly, because it's interesting. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but Nicki Minaj had a lot to say last night about a lot of people, satanic rituals, and she put some names out there. And if those people don't respond the way Trump responded, be pretty interesting.
Texted it to you in the morning if you want to look it up in the text, Rob. When I texted everything this morning, you see it? Yep. I'm going to put a thumbs up. It's that one right there. If you can pull that up. So this is Trevor Noah at the Grammys. You know, he's trying to pull off a Ricky Gervais, which, by the way, he fell very short because Ricky Gervais probably hands down the best one ever when he said, this is the last time. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I never did. You know, all that stuff that he did. Noah's trying to do something like this. But he does this joke about Epstein with the president and Clinton. Watch this. Go ahead, Rob.
Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland, which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton. So, oh, I told you it's my last year. What are you going to do about it? That is a great.
Okay, so that's then. I'll go back one, Rob. This is the president quickly tweeting. The Grammy Awards are the worst, virtually unwatchable. CBS is lucky not to have this garbage litter their airways any longer. The host, Trevor Noah, whoever he may be, is almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel at the low ratings Academy Awards. Noah said incorrectly about me that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on the Epstein Island. Wrong. I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been to the island nor anywhere close. And until tonight's false and defamatory statement, have never been accused of being there, not even by fake news media. Noah, a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty of money. Ask little George Stephanopoulos and others how that all worked out. Also, ask
little George Stephanopoulos or Slopadopoulos. Little George Slopadopoulos. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You just love how he never forgets.
CBS, get ready, Noah. I'm going to have some fun with you, President Donald J. Trump. Now, keep in mind, while this is going on, this is one thing CNN was forced to do with the president a while back. Rob, I'm going to text this one to you as well if you want to pull it up. CNN was forced to post this, and Dear Abby did a great job.
Oh yeah, this is
explaining.
This is what I was playing a little bit earlier about CNN posting this. This is old news for anybody that's been paying attention, but there's a lot of people that do not know this story.
Who I'm talking about. She's a sweetheart.
She's awesome.
Rob, if you want to pull this clip of CNN and Vinny, I'm coming to you right after this, and you pick and choose what direction you go.
Okay.
On Epstein, I'll adjust accordingly. So this is CNN. Okay, when this was posted, Abby had to explain this. Okay, it'll come up here in a minute. Just press play. CNN forced to post the truth and how Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago for being. Watch this.
From Mar-a-Lago often made house calls to Jeffrey Epstein's home 2 miles away. But those house calls, quote, came to a halt in 2003 after an 18-year-old beautician returned to the club from a house call to Epstein and reported to managers that he had pressured her for sex. The HR manager faxed Trump a letter suggesting that the club ban Epstein, and Trump agreed, which does mirror the president's own public comments about why he cut ties with Epstein. The White House is responding to the Wall Street Journal, writing, no matter how many times this story is told and retold, the truth remains President Trump did nothing wrong, and he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago for being a creep.
He cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein long before Epstein became a convicted sex offender. A lot of Democrats didn't, and it is corroborated by the Wall Street Journal tonight.
A lot of Democrats didn't. And at that point, I don't think that there's any other record of Trump and Jeffrey Epstein ever, talking or being connected. I don't think. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. And so that's the last time that there's a connection. So what they use is they use all of those old images of Trump and Epstein, and they claim that they had this ongoing relationship and friendship or whatever to build that anti-Trump narrative.
There you go. So he wanted to make sure he got the facts straight. So by the way, people are saying a lot of different things. There's a lot of stories. His name is also in it. You'll see it in a few different places. But nothing's been, Vinny, matter of fact, I'll turn it over to you if you want to take it from here.
Okay, so, I mean, as you know, the weekend drop of everything, there's 6 million. What they drop? 6 million or drop 3 million? Whatever.
3 million of the 6 million.
How much?
3 million of the 6
million. And obviously, guys, everybody's dumping stuff online and all the it's. There was so much that I couldn't even send the Rob because I know that we can't show it. Epstein, there is one of him chasing little girls around.
I couldn't even watch that
Rob,
one.
And
I couldn't even watch that one. We're not going to watch the rest of this video, but PBD Podcast doing a great job. I've got another video from them we're going to react to. So if you have not subscribed, you should check them out if you're interested. But the point being is that this Epstein story And I'm going to bring it back because I see that we have more people watching. So I'm going to bring it back to the original point here that Epstein will, in the eyes of the people that are obsessed with this Epstein story, they will never be able to see past the one and only thing that dominates their existence. And it's this right here. This is how these weirdos view this Epstein stuff. No matter how much disgusting stuff is revealed, no matter how many horrible things that are revealed, there's only one thing that these freaks see right here.
Okay, this new Epstein email is kind of crazy. Look at this. Bill Gates was planning pandemic simulations with Epstein in 2017. Yeah, did you see the part about Trump and underage girls? Yeah, those are old allegations already discredited, zero evidence. He did it.
That's it right there. He did it. And if you watch, this is all they talk about. Someone says you already played this. Yes, motherfucker. And I just said that I was going to play it again. I'm glad you're paying so close attention that you can tell me I've already played it, but you didn't hear 15 seconds ago when I said I'm going to play it again because more people are watching. If you're going to pay attention, then fucking pay attention.
Okay, whatever. Check this out. An email refers to the founder of TMZ as a good friend who could help with media coverage. A pedo ring was controlling the narrative through media. Not that this is something new, but it's kind of nice. But Trump is in the files. I thought we already settled that with the facts, but Trump is in the files. Epstein had exchanges on trans children and how to normalize it. This guy wasn't just trafficking girls. He was in talks to push gender ideology. Don't care. Trump is in the files. Epstein sent an email saying Ghislaine Maxwell's father got killed after trying to blackmail Israeli intelligence. Trump, in an email to someone, Epstein said, I represent the Rothschilds. Trump is in the files. Epstein lived in the Vatican for a while, giving design direction. Trump, he was working to overthrow Putin. Trump is in the files. He's literally in a picture with boxes containing CIA documents. Trump. Okay, there are emails about murders staged as suicides, government cover-ups, money laundering, a black market of sex trade, presidents and prime ministers all over the world, Mossad, CIA. Epstein ran at the top of global power. He had influence there. These are things to be looked at. And let's be honest, you didn't care or ask for these files when Joe Biden was president and when he had them. And now, you suddenly care about the children and the victims, and the only name that's been totally vindicated here, yet you're trying very hard to weaponize these files against, is Trump. Exactly.
So good. Also, I saw the guy that called me out. He's happy that he trolled me. So I respect you for that, brother. So closing out the Epstein stuff for now anyway, because there's probably more stuff that we'll talk about a little bit later. But like, to me, this situation, there is zero ability to have any critical thinking whatsoever. People either see Trump or they don't care about it. It's really it. And, you know, MAGA supporters, actual real MAGA supporters are looking at this going, okay, time to move on. Because you guys are so emotionally tied to something that is not real anymore that there's no point to even focus on this at all. However, there is one story that we do need to address, and I think this is a very serious topic. Now, you guys know we do a lot of memes here on this show and we laugh at a lot of stuff, but this is a very serious topic that I think we need to address. And this is a big problem that is happening in this country and in our galaxy that's actually could affect all of us. So luckily CNN is here to report on this. So here we go.
Hello to our 5 CNN viewers. I'm Jake Tapper, First Order Fact Checker. We begin tonight with a disturbing report out of the Yavin sector. Intelligence officials are telling us that the terrorist group known as the Rebel Alliance, a fringe coalition of religious extremists and smugglers, has launched a cowardly, unprovoked attack on the peaceful Death Star. Anonymous sources close to the
The peaceful Death Star. Just fiery, but mostly peaceful Death Star.
Tell CNN that this station was essentially a galactic housing project designed to bring affordable energy to the Outer Rim. Yet the radical rebel terrorists, led by the disgraced former senator and known white supremacist Princess Leia Organa, falsely claim it was a weapon. We are now joined by our chief imperial correspondent, Anderson Trooper. Anderson, what are you hearing from the core worlds?
The mood here is one of shock and outrage. Jake, I've spoken to several anonymous sources within the Imperial Senate who confirmed that Lord Vader was actually on a diplomatic humanitarian mission when his ship was aggressively boarded by these rebels.
Diplomatic humanitarian mission with the book says love thy neighbor.
Rebels. There is a lot of disinformation spreading right now. You have conspiracy theorists claiming the Empire destroyed Alderaan, but our fact checkers have debunked this. The official report clearly states Alderaan suffered a spontaneous planetary mining accident caused by rebel negligence. To suggest the Empire fired upon it is just baseless anti-government conspiracy theory.
Absolutely debased. And we're seeing reports about the ringleader of this latest attack, a radicalized white farm boy named Luke Skywalker. What do we know about him?
It's a terrifying profile, Jake. Skywalker appears to have been indoctrinated by a fanatical zealot named Obi-Wan Kenobi, a member of the outlawed racist Jedi religious cult. Experts say this Force religion is extremely dangerous, teaching young men to reject science and order in favor of ancient weapons and violence. Skywalker was seen associating with Han Solo, a convicted felon, smuggler, and tax evader who has been known to shoot first. These are not freedom fighters, Jake. They are violent deplorables who hate democracy.
Truly shameful. And finally, Emperor Palpatine reassured the galaxy today that absolute power is actually very freeing, and that any suggestion he's a Sith Lord is an outdated conspiracy theory pushed by people who don't even live on Coruscant. Up next, a panel of 6 Imperial Moffs explains why tax increases and government overreach is a good thing and will actually help you. CNN is sponsored by CNR Fleet Systems. Do your patriotic duty and help the Empire secure the galaxy. That's all for now. You're watching CNN, the most trusted name in Imperial-approved truth.
So good. So good. And this is essentially the propaganda that CNN pushes in the real world right here. And the fact that there's so many people that eat this up and don't see it for what it is downright scary. But that's where we are. Saturn dreaming of Mercury for 20 says, Zoran, I am your father. That's a quote. Someone named Darth Epstein. That's good. That's good. Let's see. For what is it? For just call you Muse. My 13-year-old son wants to meet you, but I'm not sure he'll be allowed to come inside for the meetup. At the meetup, I don't know if there's an age restriction for entering. I'll have to double check. I know it's because they do serve alcohol there. I'm almost certain because it's at City Walk, because it's Universal. So you should have no problem coming into the meetup. So I'll double check, but you should be fine. By the way, if you have not RSVP'd for our meetup in Orlando, if you go over to geeksandgamers.com, our website, if you click that banner right there, it will take you over to this page. I need you to RSVP if you want to be at the meetup. This is 3/21/2026 at City Walk, Saturday night, MegaCon weekend in Orlando. Make sure you RSVP for that. We do have a cap, and we're about halfway full already. So I need you to, even if you're 50-50, if you're not coming, don't reserve. But if you're 50-50, we need to know, because we are going to have, I think that we can probably deal with 1,000 people, but there's going to be a lot of overflow area and stuff like that, but we need a head count so we can let them know what we're looking for. So yeah, make sure you go over there. The link is in the pinned post right now. Jessica's pinned post. So make sure you go check that out, or you can go to geeksgamers.com directly and you can find it there. So thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Josh, the homesteader, says, Papa John's still not on the list. The legend. Patriot Dad says, I don't hit the streets protesting because I have a job. Trump is your president. Leave. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. Timothy, for $50, says, Jeremy, you're much more than a tard on the interwebs. You're our tard, proudly crafted by we the chat, subtly molded into a master top 10 grifter, unrelated, considering Daytona this February and the March meetup. Hail the 199. Let's freaking go. Well, I was thinking about going to the Daytona 5. I've never been to the Daytona 500. I am completely checked out of I've been checked out of NASCAR for a long time, but I've been kind of following it since the lawsuit and how Michael Jordan destroyed them, and they fired a couple of the people that have ruined NASCAR, and they're trying to get it back on track. So I don't know, man. I'm so out of the loop on NASCAR. I've never been to the Daytona 500 though, and so I'd like to go, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it. When is Daytona 500? It's in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, Bubba Smollett needs to be fired 100%. When is the Daytona 500? 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks from yesterday, I believe. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to go just because I've never experienced Daytona. So anyway, we'll see. But hey, man, Timothy, thank you, brother. Let me know if you go. Man, I'd love to check it out. Bubba Wallace drives for Jordan. He does. Sadly. Slain Hope says, if you need a laugh, look at Black History Month hashtag. You know what? There's actually something funny to look at, and that is, well, it's funny, but it's actually not funny. It's sad. So, Minecraft is a video game that I don't play, but they just came out with the most cringe thing of all time. Minecraft, the biggest video game in the world, releases this today. Want to change the world IRL? Start in Minecraft. In the free Good Trouble DLC, explore global civil rights movements, meet change makers, and learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world. Now, I know you're frustrated. I am too. I mean, this is just insane. Luckily, the internet shows us that humanity will survive because the comment section, they already shut down comments, by the way, because they were getting absolutely roasted. The comment section is a gold mine of memes. Oh my goodness. This comment section. Look at right here. Why didn't you add the George Floyd DLC? Let's go. There's Smash JT. Oh my goodness. This has 17,000 likes. This has 17,000 likes. Holy crap. Get this political propaganda out of Minecraft. Like, it's just, they're getting absolutely crushed. Where is mine? Mike, did they hide my comment? Where's my comment? They're getting crushed. All right, where's my comment? I got to go to my likes now. My comment is here. Did they hide mine? All right, but I responded with this. So I definitely wanted to piss them off with that one. But yeah, I can't believe it, dude. I cannot believe that that Minecraft posted this. And I think we're just at a point where it's almost impossible to have a major corporation or a major person in these industries that is not going to let you down at some point in time. We've seen Nintendo, who I'm wearing the Universal Studios shirt right now, but Nintendo has recently had their problems. Christopher Nolan, who I've said for years, I'm a huge Nolan fan, and I've joked about this, but I said, like, I'm waiting for Nolan to go woke because he's done so many great movies that it's too good to be true. I didn't realize that I was actually predicting the future when I was making these kind of like jokes. And yet now the Odyssey casting is just a fucking disaster. You've got Minecraft, which is putting their entire brand behind the civil rights movement and identity politics. It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely insane. Yet here we are. And it's not going to get any better. But yeah, the Minecraft thing is wild, and the reaction has been insane. So when I first commented on this, the comments were open, but they were getting hit so hard in the comment section that they did turn it off to replies only, or accounts that Minecraft mentions can only reply. This one probably really upset them, and I hope that it did. Very much so. But yeah, that one, I'm sure this one really pissed them off. I'm sure this one really pissed them off, dude. You get what you deserve. You get what you deserve, Minecraft. So absolutely disgusting behavior from the biggest video game on the planet. John freaking Murdoch for $50 and says, "Hey, Jeremy, just letting you know I'm here. Hail the 199. Hail iDots. Happy Jessica and Mod Lives Matter." Let's freaking go. Thank you, John. Hail to you, brother. Brian says, "Can we get a swig for the working man? Swig of water for the working man." Swig of water for the working man out there. We appreciate the working man as always. Fantastic. OG says, "Never go full re." I know, really, man. But yet it's happening more and more every single day. Next up, the next story that we have to cover. Give me just a minute. Let me go into my bookmarks. It's been a busy day. Full of things all over the place. We have over 4,000 people watching. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate all of you being here. You could be watching any other stream, but you're hanging out watching this one. And I appreciate that very much so. Okay, I couldn't believe that this happened. But just when you think that liberals can't get any more cringe, ladies and gentlemen, they go even more cringe. And they did something today that I personally was like, there's no way this is real. There's no way. This is not AI. What I'm about to show you is not AI. What I'm about to show you is not a troll. What I'm about to show you, Democrats in Minnesota. We've seen a lot of cringy things, okay? We've seen a lot of cringy things from the libs. This might be the single most cringe thing I have ever seen from them. Holy crap. Okay, now, I don't know if the libs are new to the internet or not, but the internet has responded. The internet has responded. Oh, exactly, Cam, man. You know they thought they were cooking too. Oh, you know it. They thought this is beautiful what they're doing. Well, guess what? The internet has responded.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
The internet has responded.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Oh, man. So now, right here, we hereby declare Minnesota to be known as Retardasota henceforth. So, yeah, here we go right there. We got this one. Tim Walz is a retard. And nobody is better at the memes than the MAGA memers. I'm kind of scared to go into these comments section. Oh no. I haven't seen this one yet. Yeah, it's incredibly disrespectful. But again, man, this is what they do. This is what they do. This is how they view America. It's a slap in the face. It's disrespectful. They do not care. They're horrible people. But ultimately, I will repeat what I have said many times. Never interrupt your enemy when they are making mistakes. Do you think anyone is going to look at this and go, wow, I want to be on the same side as these idiots? Well, no, nobody is going to look at that and think these people really have their stuff together. This is a group of respectable people. No, people see this and people are going to go, my God, these people are deranged. The disrespect is through the roof. And I think that's ultimately what we see. I mean, it's just like anything else. Libs of TikTok, who I think is the account that posted this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Libs of TikTok. So and I'm not a big fan of her personally, but I do appreciate the work that she does. And what does she do? What did she get her name known from? Simply highlighting liberal behavior. She didn't re-edit their clips. She didn't add commentary to it. She simply just showed more people what these libs on TikTok were doing. Simple as that. That's all she did. And so, I mean, the more people see how deranged liberals are, the worse. It's almost like the more that Kamala Harris talked, the worse it was for her. Simple as that. What we need, like, please, Kamala, keep talking during the campaign. Let everyone see how stupid you are. Let everyone see how retarded you are. No more. We don't need you talking anymore. I'm just saying, like, during the campaign, yes, her talking did nothing but hurt her. And so, dude, the Minecraft memes are insane, by the way. I just saw this one. Minecraft, you opened this door. You brought this up, Minecraft. Nobody else brought this up, Minecraft. You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself, Minecraft. So you did this. So now you got to deal with the consequences. Simple as that. Holy crap. All right. Let's see where we're at here. Ruben says, we are in divine comedy. Everything around us is being manipulated by deep state operatives. Fifth gen warfare is here. Since CERN turned on the internet, Trump is aware and we all need to wake the F up. MAGA forever. Good to see you, Ruben. Hail to you, brother. Blackguard for 20 says, I see that Minecraft DLC ad and how they worded it as an ad to get activists into Minecraft servers to organize their terrorism campaigns. Yep. It's really, really disrespectful, man. And it's devious behavior, but not surprising at all. What's the guy's name that started Minecraft? Notch, is that his name? And from what I understand, Notch is a pretty. I don't think Notch is like rocking a MAGA hat or anything, but he's a pretty seems like a pretty level-headed dude who's against a lot of the BS. Am I correct about that? Now he no longer owns Minecraft. He sold it for a lot of money. Let's see. He's definitely not woke. No, he's definitely not woke. Chill Swedish fella. So he probably would fall in line with like being like a PewDiePie type, because PewDiePie is not MAGA, but he certainly will call out bullshit. So is that basically the way you would look at it from that perspective? Let's see. Let me go back here. How do you do that? I don't know what just happened there. Let's see. Thank God Notch is still sane. Yeah, from what I understand, I can't, like I said, I'm not a Minecraft person, so I don't have a ton of like knowledge on it or anything like that. But from everything I've heard, he seems like to be a decent guy for sure. He is a conservative for European standards. That makes sense. Gamer from Mars is a good to watch on it. I used to watch the Gamer from Mars. Is he still doing content? I used to watch that guy a lot back in the day. Let's see. The Gamer from Mars. That's a name I have not heard in a long time. Let me see. Great Tank says, you can celebrate BHM from the waist down. John says, Daytona is definitely worth going to. Probably the best single sporting event, particularly if Trump is doing hot laps and you get the Air Force One flyover. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know if they're going to, they are trying to course correct. I don't know if they're going to bring Trump into it or not. I don't know if they're going to do that. That's actually a good point, though. I didn't even think about that. Mar Millen says this is utterly disrespectful for those who died trying to take over Iwo Jima. Not to mention everyone there in the photo 100% calls us evil for using the nukes. Such a disgrace. Correct. 1000% Mar Millen. It says started calling Dems donkeys or donks for short. My experience is there is nothing donks hate more than being called donks. Keep the grifting and hail the 199. Anything that upsets the libs is okay by me. He's skipping the Super Bowl because of Bad Bunny sucks. I know he's skipping the Super Bowl. I know he made that statement. It would be great if he shows up at the Daytona 500. I think that would be so I've been watching a lot of NASCAR. I watch a lot of NASCAR channels from back in the day, and I haven't been keeping up for you. Like I said, I stopped watching NASCAR right around Tony Stewart's retirement. I tried to watch it a little bit after that, but it got so bad. And now it's unrecognizable. The only people I know Kyle Busch and I know Denny Hamlin. There's a few drivers, I guess I know their names, like I know of them, but I am not plugged into NASCAR like I used to be. So like Kyle Larson, those guys. Isn't he the one that got suspended for dropping the N-word? Am I right about that? And so he's my new favorite driver. So Kyle Larson dropped the N-word, right? Okay, he's my favorite driver now. Okay, he's my favorite driver then. So go Kyle Larson. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, I know I shouldn't enjoy the left melting down when it was revealed the Border Patrol officer who unalived Pretty Stupid is literally a homosexual Latino named Jesus, but see my profile picture. So, so I saw this story going around. That is an AI generated photo. I don't know if what the guy actually looks like or who he is, but that picture that was going around of the officer, the Border Patrol officer that shot Pretty Stupid, that's not him, but there was a big narrative that he was like this Latino Chad that all the women would be into, but it was an AI photo, so it's not a real photo. AI's out of control, dude. Let me pull the fucking story up. Let me see if I can find it. Because that was it was people were going crazy over this story earlier. Pretty Stupid is a very good name for that guy. Oh my God. By the way, this has no connection to the show tonight. It's just something that I bookmarked for Tuesday night's main event. But I think you should all see it because it's just awesome. PC modding never gets boring. So good. So good. All right. All right, let me see if I can find this this deal with this. Here we go. Okay. So I saw that this Kyle Kolinsky guy was mad about it. So this story was that this is the guy that shot Pretty Stupid. This story's going around like, look at this. This is the agent. This is the Border Patrol agent that shot Pretty Stupid. And so this secular talk clown, he was like, so Pretty Stupid got killed by a Hispanic guy desperately trying to be white and the world's most obvious closet case. So then Mostly Peaceful Meme says, Kyle, is there something wrong with being Hispanic or gay? And that's the whole thing. Like, so this leftist lunatic is now using Latino and gay as an insult. Interesting. But it turns out that this picture is photoshopped. Now, I don't know about the other one. I have no idea if this is real, but this one was photoshopped. But this secular talk guy is a nut job. And here's the thing I love about these idiots. He's advertising his blue sky while he tweets from Twitter all the fucking time. You pay for Twitter, you're on Twitter, yet you're constantly advertising your blue sky in your Twitter handle. These people are fucking idiots. They're so stupid. And it's become just clear as day. Like if a person primarily is advertising their blue sky, they have TDS and they are a left-wing nut job. Simple as that. Like if you want, at this point, you have to convince me you're not a libtard if you're the type of person that is promoting your blue sky. If you are actively promoting your blue sky and not your Twitter, then you have to prove that you're not an insane libtard, because I believe you are. And I just leave it at that. So blue sky is such a waste of time. The only thing I really know about it is that JD Vance got on there, and he was one of the most, I think JD Vance was the most blocked account on blue sky, I think. I got to play this clip. This is earlier. So Asmongold, who I like Asmongold. I think Asmongold has a ton of common sense, but this is the flaw with Asmongold, is that he doesn't have TDS. He doesn't. But he is a fence rider when it comes to Trump. And he cannot fully accept that Donald Trump is almost always right. But this is the problem with Asmon and Trump right here.
If Donald Trump is proven to be right about the 2020 election, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Let me give you a spoiler, Asmon. Donald Trump is 100% right about the 2020 election. And anyone with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense already knew that. We knew that the night that we watched the 2020 election. I didn't need Donald Trump to tell me what I saw with my own two eyes. I didn't need Donald Trump to tell me the thing that you saw happen, that's actually fraud. This is actually stolen. I didn't need Trump to tell me that. We all fucking watched it.
I really don't. I honestly don't even know what I'm going to do with myself if that happens.
Today, during a search, tonight FBI agents are going through materials found today during a search of the Fulton County, Georgia election office.
Oh my
that
God.
Search is said to be related to the 2020 election. Correspondent David Spunt has details tonight. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. FBI agents are
Wow.
still on site
It
at
was
the
stolen?
records warehouse for the Fulton County, Georgia Board of Elections.
Oh, my
the matter
God.
is sealed before court, meaning details are limited, but we can report this is related to the 2020 presidential election. Sources tell Fox News that agents retrieved documents, phones, and computers after a judge signed a warrant. President Trump has long...
A judge signed a warrant for this. You've got to keep that in mind. Like, they got a search warrant to go in there and do all this. If he gets elected, like, not elected, if he gets vindicated on this, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Like, I swear to God, like, if this happens, I'm going to start believing in fucking aliens and shit. Because my mom was so sure that this happened. She was like, a guaranteed 100% it was stolen. And I told her no the whole time. And if it turns out that she was right, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to fucking do. I'll be right back.
Your mom sounds like she's got more common sense than even you, Asmund, because this is not I don't even think this is a controversial statement in 2026. Like, I don't think that anybody that's not a left-wing lunatic sees this as a controversial statement. This is as obvious as day. What happened? I mean, let's go back and look. Let's look at this just through common sense. Okay? Trump won in 2016. He had a very, very successful 4 years. He ran against a man that didn't even know who he was in 2020. We saw with our own eyes, we saw the MAGA movement. We saw people showing up to MAGA rallies. We saw the independent MAGA rallies happening where Trump wasn't even there. Did you ever see a rally for Joe Biden? Did you ever see people show up and show passion for Joe Biden? No. Donald Trump only became more popular from 2016 to 2020. He only got more popular. But yet, with mail-in ballots and all of that. And by the way, I think that there is an argument that Joe Biden could, I want to be clear what I'm going to say here. I think there's an argument that Joe Biden did get more actual counted votes than Donald Trump. The problem is that a good probably 20 million of those votes that were counted were not real votes, and they were not from real people. I would say 20 million probably, and that's just an estimate, were not from real people. And this is where the mail-in voting and all of that shit, we saw it. Trump, from 2016, we watched it, at least most of us. I know I did. The 2016 election, we watched everything happen. We watched the media panic and meltdown. We saw them start out the night very excited. And then as the night went on, oh shit, Trump is going to beat Hillary. Oh my God, what are we going to do? The same fucking thing happened in 2020. The same thing happened. The night started out. There was a lot of enthusiasm for Biden. And the mainstream media was so excited. And as the night went on, you started to see it. I remember I had a phone call that night with Ryan Kennel. And Ryan is one of the smartest people I know. When I like Ryan, his intelligence and his way to just have a very, like, he's very book smart, but he's also got a ton of common sense, which is very rare for someone to have both. Ryan has a ton of common sense and he's book smart. And so I called Ryan. I was like, do you think he's going to pull this off? And Ryan's like, dude, it's like 99%. I was like, yeah, that's what I feel like. Am I crazy? He goes, it's 99%. Trump has this. That was in 2020. And all of a sudden, they stopped counting. They got a water leak. What? You stopped counting? You stopped counting, you got a water leak. What the fuck is going on? We all wake up the next day and suddenly Biden skyrockets. Why does Asmongold need Trump to prove to him what we all fucking saw? I don't understand this. I don't understand What do you need to convince you that the thing that you witnessed with your own very eyes actually happened? It's wild. So, of course, then you move into he, quote unquote, lost, even though that he didn't lose, but 2020, no longer the president. And then they throw everything at Trump. They throw every fucking thing at him. Now, mind you, Joe Biden was the most popular president in history. 81 million votes. He got 81 million votes, guys. He's the most popular president in history. Well, you would think that the left, if they won a legitimate election and they legitimately got 81 million votes and they had mail-in ballots and all of that, you would think, well, if Joe Biden's the most popular president in history and Donald Trump is now a convicted felon who's been arrested multiple times, who's faced all of these allegations, and he's going up against the most popular president in history, you would think the Democrats wouldn't have anything to worry about, right? Yet, guess what? Not only did the most popular president in history not even make it to the fucking finish line because Trump destroyed him in a debate, they then said, we got to throw a Hail Mary. We got to get rid of Joe. We got to get rid of Joe. We're going to bring in Kamala. That'll solve it. And of course, Trump won every swing state, won the popular vote, became even more popular. 2020 is the most obvious fucking thing in the world. This is not even controversial. This is not even crazy to think. This is the easiest thing to admit. 2020, 1000% was rigged. We don't need anything else to know it. Now, I would like for there to be more stuff to come out so that normies on the middle, like Asman, will finally go, oh, well, the government finally told me that 2020 was rigged, so I guess 2020 was rigged. I love Asman. I do. But this is annoying as shit when he's like, if Trump proves this thing that I already know, that everybody knows, then I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Like, what are you doing, Asman? Let's see here. Palto says all these DOJ lawyers could be working on fraud instead of declassifying Bill Clinton's nutsack. The Exalted Patriarch says today is February 2nd. On this day in 1848, we invaded and conquered Mexico City, won the war, and we wrecked. What is this? Jeez. Not stolen land. We won. All right. I'm not reading all those fucking statements or all those states, but thank you. I appreciate it, man. Well, again, the idea of stolen land is like, if this is stolen land, which is what Billie Eilish said, then wait, hang on. What she said was, no one is illegal on stolen land. Does she understand how retarded she is? No one is illegal on stolen land. Oh my God, how fucking retarded are you? How fucking stupid are you? No one's illegal on stolen land. I think somebody put something out about, let me see if I can find this. It was a bookmarked video that I had about that, as a matter of fact. Because this is literally the stupidest person in the world, along with all these other celebrities. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know how far back this one goes. Is this it? I saw like a lot of people saying, well, does this mean I can go like, hey, Billy, is this it? Yeah, right here. Okay, this is the video I was looking for, right here. Okay, so Billie Eilish last night said, no one is illegal on stolen land. Okay, well, let's listen to this then.
Big news, everybody. I've decided today to move into Billie Eilish's $6 million Malibu beachside.
Hey!
She announced today at the Grammys that no human being is illegal on stolen land.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
So I'm going to be making the trip to America. I'm packing my bags right away. And I'm looking forward to just taking possession of her $6 million Malibu.
See, You sit there and you use these clowns' logic against them, and suddenly they don't know what to do. I've often said this about going to McDonald's. Back when you could actually, order with a human being at McDonald's. When I would go in there, I would order a Big Mac with extra cheese, and I have never seen a person go more haywire in my life. I don't know why, but for some reason, McDonald's hourly employees have no idea how to add a fucking extra piece of cheese to a Big Mac. And they're like, manager, can you call in the National Guard and the Marines? Wait, I don't know how to add. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fucking scare you. I just, it annoys me that the Big Mac only has one piece of cheese. Like, I just want an extra piece of cheese. They're calling in the fucking National Guard and the fucking Marines. They go haywire. I was like, what did I do? And I thought it was just one employee the first time it happened. But no. It was every time I would ask for an extra piece of cheese. Their brains would just melt. This is what happens to celebrities when you use their logic against them. They have no idea how to respond.
I'm going to be making the trip to America. I'm packing my bags right away, and I'm looking forward to just taking possession of her $6 million Malibu mansion. No human being is illegal, so I want to thank everybody who's believed in me on this journey. I really can't wait to move in. It's now my house. I want to thank Billie Eilish as well for her generosity. Thank you.
It's now my house. It's now my house. Dude, this guy, I don't know who this guy is. This guy, whoever you are, my recommendation, and it's just a recommendation, you should not, this is a hypothetical meme, okay? So I'm not even recommending you do this, okay? This is a meme. But if you are a content creator, you should vlog a trip all the way to her house, show up at the security gate and be like, hi, yeah, I'm here to step into my new house. Billie Eilish, she said that no one's illegal on stolen land. So this is my house. And so I just hoping I can go ahead and get into my house. I have every right to be here. No one's illegal. No human is illegal. That would be great content. So, but maybe he will, maybe he won't. But it's just a meme. That's just for jokes purposes. I'm not telling you should actually do that, by the way. Good stuff though. But yeah, I mean, these celebrities are completely unhinged. I did a video covering a lot of that over on Geeks and Gamers. As a matter of fact, normally I wouldn't show this meme, but it is Black History Month, and I, as a respecter of Black history, I think we should show this meme. Now, I want to preface what I'm going to say, that this story is just a rumor, but we heard the story about, Lupita Nyong'o being cast as Helen of Troy in The Odyssey. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big Nolan fan. All right, huge Nolan fan. Love all of his movies. I'm very, very worried about The Odyssey, and because I'm a Nolan fan, I've actually received a sneak peek of The Odyssey exclusive to CobraCast 199. Okay, this is exclusive. So I deserve super chats for this exclusive look at The Odyssey. And it's only, and I might be running a risk on my channel because I might get a strike for showing exclusive footage of The Odyssey, but it's Black History Month. It's February. I think we should show this. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first look at Helen of Troy in The Odyssey, ladies and gentlemen. There it is right there. Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships right there. Great job, Christopher Nolan. Great job, Christopher Nolan. This is going to be great. There's the most beautiful face in the world. This is it right here. No. This is going to be, this will be the memes surrounding the Odyssey if this gets confirmed. It's not been confirmed, just so we're clear. I don't even think Helen of Troy has been confirmed for the Odyssey, but this is the story right here. It's so weird too, because what's crazy, and this is where I want to talk about the Odyssey for a minute, because I've heard a lot of people try to say that, well, I'm not sure if Christopher Nolan is doing this because the studio mandated it. Let me be clear right now, okay? Christopher Nolan is the most powerful man in Hollywood. There ain't no fucking studio telling Christopher Nolan what to do. It ain't happening, okay? So we aren't going to sit there and shift the blame from Nolan. Nolan is the most powerful man in Hollywood. Nolan is the president of the Directors Guild. He famously has no studio interference in his movies. So we're not going to shift the blame to say that Nolan, if this happens, is being controlled by the studio. He ain't being controlled by the studio. Now, what's interesting about this is why I'm confused is Nolan actually was asked about President Trump today in an interview. And it's a perfect answer that is so non-Hollywood. So this is Christopher Nolan asked about President Trump's proposed 100% tax on movies made overseas. This is Nolan's answer. I don't know how a tariff system would work. I would say that since President Trump has started banding these ideas around, there's a much more serious conversation from the studios about how to improve the situation in the United States, to be perfectly frank about it. That is such a normal fucking answer. That's actually a pro-Trump answer, which is crazy. Like, that's basically saying President Trump has shifted the conversation to improve things in the United States. So it's just like, that's crazy. But then you get back to like, why are you casting Ellen Page in the Odyssey? Why are you casting John Leguizamo in the Odyssey? Why are you casting potentially Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy in the Odyssey? It doesn't make sense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But ultimately, I like the tagline at the bottom. Her beauty ignited a war that changed history. Oh, God. Woo! That's good shit right there. That is really good. Her beauty. What you talking about? What you talking about? All right. So next up, what is this? Okay. Find this. No. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. What is this? A GoFundMe has been launched so a foreigner can attempt to move into Billie Eilish's home after she said the United States was stolen land. Let's go. The man from Australia says he plans to move into her home. Quote, I was inspired by Billie Eilish's recent statements at the Grammys that no human being is illegal, and now intend to fly to America to move into her beachside house in Malibu. Let's go. Who is this guy? Let's see. Let me click on his profile. So this is him right here. There he goes. So, oh, this is great. You'll love to see it. So there you have it. So listen, these celebrities don't believe a word they say. It's all virtue signaling. And all you need to do is flip their logic back on them and you will watch them squirm. You will watch them panic because they are so used to just speaking into this bubble of nonsense. And yeah, this is funny as hell. I love this. I love this so much. Connect says it's like a moist critical parody. What is that? What was that in reference to? I'm sorry, that was earlier. I don't know what that's in reference to. Ministry of Wrong Thing says Kalinsky's video on the Homo Latino Gringo Delito is hilarious. Their cope is insane. Kyle's wife literally said progression has been so successful in America that even our Nazis are diverse. Really? I've never watched that guy's channel, so maybe I'll check it out. Mr. E409 says, I've been saying since the election of 2020, Joe Biden was a make-a-wish president. You are correct. Mar Millen says, hell, because of 2020, I stayed up till 7 a.m. to make sure I didn't go to bed at 2 a.m. to wake up to that laughing bimbo as president like I did with the brain-dead non-campaigning weekend at Bernie's. Yep. We were all worried that night, and luckily we made it past it. Slane Hope says, we either purge or we get this BS forever. Cool Bree says, Billie Eilish works for Cobra. They all work for Cobra. Chad says, no one calls Han Solo a bitch, lol. Daniel Moore Business says, wait, what did Minecraft do? I missed it. You'll have to go back. It's bad. It'll be re-uploaded to D-Day Cobra 2. Luis is screenshotted from Beardo's DMs. Daniel Moore says, even leftists are now using our insults. The Overton house has burned down and turned into a parking lot. John Jones says, I was still relatively apolitical in 2020, despite being scared into voting for Trump by BLM. And it was plain to see that the election was stolen. It was so obvious. Dude, man, says there were so much such stuff going on at the voting locations in swing states. Yep. We got Nandy for 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Nandy. Hail to you, brother. Appreciate it. Let me see here. East Coast Toasted Boy says the land isn't stolen. The natives were doing the same thing. Not our fault. We beat them at their own game. Get good, natives. We did it better. Heartbreak Zero says, if you look into Beijing Biden, if you think Beijing Biden won the 2020 election, I have a bridge in Brooklyn and a castle in Japan to sell to you. Matt Frog says, remember, Alito set aside $300K Pennsylvania mail-in that arrived after the due date. They were set aside to be reviewed. They were never reviewed. Daniel Moore says, I was 9 when he beat Hillary. Vault 199 says, Trump's the only one to get more votes every election. Well, I don't know about in history, but like in recent history, I think Trump is the only person that's improved in votes every time, I think, or every time, both times. And then the third time, obviously, too. I think, but I have to look up, like, I know in recent history, but I don't know about, back in the day, it was a whole different, ball game. So Minister of Wrong Things says, Billie Eilish literally already has an ongoing restraining order against a man after he broke into her house in 2023. The irony. How can you have a restraining order on stolen land? How can you have? Can somebody explain that one to me, Billie Eilish? How can you have a restraining order against someone on stolen land? Make that make sense. Dragon says, Tim Pool loves saying Civil War. Isn't Omar from another country? Maybe this is about foreigner telling us what to do. Daniel Moore says, hell nah of Detroit. Hell nah of Detroit is really fucking good. Not Helen of Detroit. Hell nah of Detroit. Holy shit, that's a good one. That's really good. Piano Dean says, no one's illegal on stolen land is like saying my brother is an only child. Let's see. Agent says that face that launched 1,000 ships the other way. Daniel Moore Business says, someone at check on Scorsese. He's crying right now. Infinity Flare says the face that sunk 1,000 ships. Mike Zero Source says, breaking news. Hell nah of Troy. Hell nah of Detroit is being renamed to Shaniqua of the Sea. Child support and EBT will be a fought for. Miniature Valentine says, dang it, I was hoping Christopher Nolan went full woke so we'd never have to hear Jeremy glaze Interstellar every night. My favorite movie. Ice is nice as look at me. I am the Helen now. ACC says, hey, hi guys, what am I doing? Donald Trump are awesome. I think I said that right. Miniature Valentine says, the best thing about Zoran mom domination is possibly being Epstein's son is that liberals would be more upset that their hero is possibly half Jewish. What's interesting is we're starting to see with the Epstein stuff, we're starting to see like so many people try to like, there's this tap dancing from the anti-Trump people who are not leftist, but they're trying to make some kind of excuses for Epstein. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. And so it's so wild to watch this, man, because these people are just so spun up in this situation of like needing to have an enemy. And it's so wild, man. But I say good luck with that. If that's the way you want to go for it. Now today, we're going to talk about Dan Bongino returned to Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it's just like, okay, so Bongino had, according to Rumble, Dan Bongino had like 225,000 people watching him live on Rumble. Okay. I don't believe that at all, to be clear. I don't believe Rumble's numbers. And that's really what it comes down to. I think Dan Bongino is extremely popular. Regardless if I like him or don't like him, that is completely irrelevant. But I saw that Chris Pavlovsky, the CEO of Rumble, basically all he was bragging today about Bongino's numbers. And I'm like, it would be like the YouTube CEO bragging about Mr. Beast's numbers. It's just weird to see that. Why would I want to see the YouTube CEO praising Mr. Beast all day long when there's a million other fucking creators on the platform? And it just, it's a weird dynamic. I'm trying to find it right now. Maybe I'll just go to his account. All his account was today was just like, Dan Bongino's back, guys, Dan Bongino. And we're like, okay, you have about a million other people. Right here it is. YouTube isn't even in the top 5 in the USA anymore. Does anybody believe that Rumble had the top 3 most viewed live streams on the entire fucking internet? Seriously. I mean, seriously, does anybody fucking believe that? So according to this right here, Rumble has the top 3 most viewed streams on the fucking internet. I'm live on Rumble right fucking now. I like the platform. I have I've talked to their high-ranking executives, had several meetings with them. I do not believe these numbers at all. Now, I'm not trying to put someone on blast here. I'm just calling it like it is, okay? When Nick Rekieta had a contract with Rumble, Nick Rekieta had 20 to 25,000 people watching his streams. Rekieta doesn't have a contract with Rumble anymore. Do you think he still has 20 to 25,000 people watching his streams? Did all of those people just decide to stop watching Nick Rekieta because he doesn't have a contract anymore? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Now, I know Rekieta's had a lot of other stuff going on. That's not the point. That's not the point. It just doesn't make sense. And I can look at my own numbers with my channels and show you how it doesn't make sense. And I mean, I personally don't have a fucking clue how my sports channel has 120,000 followers over there. I have no fucking clue. I have none. In fact, look at this. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to our live video filter, view count. Okay. I have a stream that has 795,000 views. There's no fucking reason for this stream to have 795,000 fucking views. There's zero. This makes no fucking sense. Click on it. It barely, there's only 300, there's less than 300 likes and dislikes combined on a stream that's got 800,000 fucking views. Make that make sense. There's 53 comments on a video with 800,000 views. What are we talking about? I just, it makes no sense. That doesn't add up. So anyway, getting back to this, Dan Bongino returns. The CEO of the platform celebrates his return all day long. He's his number one fucking cheerleader, yada, yada, yada. Dan Bongino returns. Here we go. Dan Bongino calls out the fake news. Let's go.
Second, to the libs and their media pals, liberals out there, with you guys, you've always hated me. The feeling's probably mutual. I don't like you guys either. I would like to think when I went in there, I had an open mind. I didn't go in there with any partisan intent. And the people we arrested, where we crushed the crime rate in largely liberal cities, we didn't do it to score political points. No one's voting for anyone I support in these liberal cities anyway. We did it because the job matters. So liberals and their media pals, you can get your lips and just pucker them up and plant a big wet one on my ass. Because you guys would just rather see people dead.
Hey, question. Where was this guy for the past year? This is the guy that we wanted as the deputy director of the FBI. This is the guy. This guy right here. Like I said, with Trump, when we voted for Trump, we didn't want Trump to get elected and then go, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to be very, really just, I'm going to dial back the attitude and all. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this is the guy that we all wanted to hear from when he was in that position.
What are you laughing at, Jim? Is the show we're not even like 40 minutes in. Jim's already like, I miss this guy. It's been a long time. Yeah, you can pucker up, okay? I'd show it to you, but no one wants to see that on the live. We may crash the live stream again. This may be what the DDoS attack was all about, to prevent me from trying. But you guys would rather see people dead. I'm going to talk to President Trump about this in about a little less than an hour when he comes on the show. But it's incredible at the homicide rate. Jim, what happens in a homicide? What happens to people? Somebody dies. They're freaking dead. It's amazing. Like, a lot of people aren't dead because the homicide rate's the lowest it's been in modern U.S. history, not exclusively because of the work we did, but largely because of the work we did at the direction of the president, expanding the use of UFAP warrants, Vicar cases, RICO cases, gang members who shoot people we want locked up. I just showed you the montage, chalk line, the Kensington drug market, all this stuff, the illegal immigration push, Title 8ing violent criminals, using Title 8, to get them out of the country. And then the liberals are complaining. I don't know. What the hell happened?
Again, where was this guy when this happened right here?
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Okay.
Gee, I don't know, dipshits. How did it happen? When 0.5% of the population commits 50 to 70% of the violent crime, And most of them have been arrested between 8 and 12 times before. That's what the data shows. And Jim Stunner, when you go out and you lock these violent animals up, they can't kill people because they're in jail.
Tell me this. I'm curious. We were talking about those numbers. Is Bongino a part owner in Rumble? Does Bongino have does he have like a big deal? Like he's a part owner in the platform, right? I'm pretty sure he is. So the guy that owns the platform has the most viewers. Wow. Amazing, guys. The guy that has partial ownership has the most views. Wow.
Well, they could kill people in jail, but not on the street. When you deport them, they can kill people, but not here. I don't want them killing anyone, but I don't want them killing U.S. citizens. I work for the United States government. Liberals said to me, I don't know, man. I don't know. What the hell happened? Crime rate, violent crime rate, homicide rate plunged by 20%. What the hell happened? And the media, totally divorced from reality. These people would rather see you dead than for a second.
The problem is that you are not the person that we got in Dan Bongino. The reason that there was such a fan movement and so many people that were behind the idea of you and Kash Patel being in the positions you were in was because of what you're doing right now. That's the person that we all wanted. We wanted this fiery, take no prisoners attitude in that position. We didn't want a corporate stooge. We didn't want a guy that was showing up in his suit and tie and just saying all the politically correct shit. Like, that's what we wanted. We wanted the guy that's on this screen right now, the guy that has the biggest, podcast or whatever. That's not what we got. And that's the problem. That's what people are mad about. That's what people are angry about, is that we didn't get this guy in that position. So what's the point? You're going to face a lot of criticism for that very reason. That is why.
Acknowledge that this FBI, I'm not talking about the prior ones, that these people, that we had anything to do with it at all. They don't give a shit. All they want to do is write their damn headline. We don't know what happened. Must have been a statistical anomaly. Yeah, sure, dipshit.
So there he is, cussing people out, calling them names, whatever. It's just, I just don't think that this was a good look. But who am I? Who gives a fuck what I think, right? Because, he's got his audience. He's very popular. And so it is what it is. But I just found the whole thing, because I saw everyone reacting to Dan Bongino's return. And to me, it came off very strange. And it came off very much like, this is more of what we wanted when you were in the position of deputy director, and yet we didn't get any of that. So whatever. Also, real quick, something we need to acknowledge: Benny Johnson in California. Confirmed by Benny Johnson that $31 billion of taxpayer dollars have been poured into California's homelessness industrial complex, more than the GDP of 91 different countries, and it only gets worse.
The billions of dollars spent in this state, $24 billion spent on homelessness. It's $170,000 per homeless person spent in this state. Look at that. That's a guy's house right there. You live right there. You're moving because you can't take all the homeless.
Yeah.
Your children live here.
Yeah, it's not passed for the street.
Oh, of course not. It's not safe. Look at that barbed wire. You're living in a war zone. This is all about trafficking in human.
See, this is one thing that a lot of the people that are like the internet people, they have no ability to have nuance. They have no idea have critical thinking. They have no idea to see what's right. They only can react to what's right in front of them. They can't actually think beyond what's right in front of them. I see people say, Trump said he's going to drain the swamp. Benny Johnson doing amazing work out here. Nick Shirley doing amazing work out here. James O'Keefe doing amazing work out here. This is an extension of MAGA. None of this fucking happens without Trump. None of this. Not one single bit of this is happening without Trump as president. Not even close. And this is what these people are not understanding. It takes time to clean up this mess that's decades and decades and decades in the making. Trump can't just snap his fingers and fix the fucking problem. That's not how reality works. That's just not it. But we learn more and more every day about the corruption in America and the system, how broken it is every single day.
Human misery.
Cam Higbee, yes.
Look at this. So that's what we are going to be investigating.
California has poured $31 billion of state and federal tax dollars into fighting homelessness over the past few years. That adds up to $170,000 per homeless person. For perspective, that's more than the median price of a home in West Virginia. That's more than the total GDP of 91 different countries. So what's the result of this astronomical spending?
And on that point about what he's doing and many others, and, you know, Joe Rogan said it here. This is an older episode, but this is on point right here.
When Elon purchased Twitter, and I don't say this lightly, I think he changed the course of civilization.
I don't disagree with that. But Elon doesn't purchase Twitter without Trump. And that's what a lot of people, like, we've said, like, Trump doesn't win the election if Elon doesn't buy Twitter. Elon don't buy Twitter if Trump is not there. Trump gave everybody hope. He changed the dynamic of every fucking thing.
I think he changed the course of civilization. I really do. I think we were on our way to this weird dystopian censorship complex that was already moving. We had already had intelligence agencies that were contacting Twitter. We know this through the Twitter files. And they were banning certain people that weren't saying incorrect things, but they were saying things that were inconvenient. And they turned out to all be accurate. All the things that they were warning about, all the things that they're saying, all turned out to be accurate. They stopped the distribution of the Hunter Biden laptop story by the New York Post. The New York Post, the second oldest newspaper in America. It's a fucking huge newspaper. To stop that from being able to be distributed on Twitter, which it would turn out to be a totally accurate story. And to stop that accurate story is wild. That is scary stuff. That if Elon didn't purchase Twitter, we would have just had to deal with that kind of stuff. That would be, and it would accelerate. It wouldn't stay where it is. It would ramp up. It would get more. They were started using the term malinformation. So there's misinformation, disinformation, and then malinformation. Malinformation is factual information that might cause harm.
Yeah, and it's absolutely true. Gosh, man, we don't appreciate just how good we have it versus how bad it was. I mean, my Twitter account was completely banned until Elon bought Twitter. It was completely banned. I was banned because of Naughty Dog. Fuck Naughty Dog forever. But Naughty Dog, to be fair, I did poke the bear and I did continue to taunt them. But yes, Naughty Dog suspended my account and I couldn't get it back. And I thought that I was never going to get it back. In a way, they did me a lot of favors because not being on Twitter, my day was nicer. My life was better. I was happier. I had a lot more hope. So I was like, thank you, Naughty Dog. I can actually enjoy life because I'm not on Twitter. But yeah, so either way, when Elon bought Twitter, I then put another, because I had tried to appeal it 100 times. And But I did finally appeal it, and boom, got it back. I was like, holy crap, I just got it back. But yeah, it's all because of the Last of Us Part 2 and the the big Abby Pump meme with Scott Steiner. And they took it down and gave me a DMCA claim. So then I just kept re-uploading it, and I said, fuck Naughty Dog. And I was tagging them. I said, fuck at Naughty Dog. And they kept taking it down, and I kept posting it, and they kept taking it down, and I kept posting it. And I'm like, I am not going to stop posting this fucking meme. Y'all go burn in hell. Fuck you. Fuck your game. Fuck your company. I went full Tupac and hit them up. You know, I was like, fuck Naughty Dog and everybody involved with them, their families, their friends, their pets. I don't care. And they finally were like, all right, you're done. I was like, what did I do? So, of course, I played the victim. So fuck them. Blackguard says that hell nah of Detroit, the face that made 1,000 men leave to get a pack of Newports. This is my favorite one. Hell nah of Detroit. Okay, so as a Christopher Nolan fan, I really hope that they don't cast Lupita Nyong'o as Helena Troy. As a person on the internet that makes my living on the internet, and I love memes, I kind of hope that she is cast now, because hell nah of Detroit is fucking gold. Marmillan says, I'm invested in Rumble, and I refuse to believe that. Also, prepare yourselves, boys. We're about to be told we're not on locals and going somewhere else again. No, I'm not leaving Rumble. I'm not leaving locals, but I will continue to bitch about them. But I am not leaving. There's a bunch of people in our chat right now. Mighty Megatron. We got, let's see, Dan the Man, Binary Recoil. TXC Cam, what's up? A Complete Random. Joey's in the house. Bianca Zombie is in the house. So yeah, we got a lot of people over there. So I see you guys. I got the chat open. But I'm not leaving. Don't worry. But I will bitch about it from time to time because it's fun. It's fun. Timothy Fitch says, did you hear representatives are trying to force the SAVE Act past a filibuster? Luna mentioned it in her Twitter. I did. I saw that. I did see that. Jacob says, as a former store manager, extra cheese, think Beardo, look at Beardo, hear Beardo. That would explain it. Special needs people. I never understood why the extra cheese on a Big Mac was such a weird thing for them. But Too Hot Strong says, you're on YouTube Featured, you fig. I don't know what YouTube Featured is. I've been told that I was on there before. I really don't know what it is, but I guess if it helps, it helps. Pliska McReady becomes a new member. Thank you. All the Mo kisses. 6 months? Yes, you've been here for 6 months. Kelly Oss says, when do we see the Epstein fallout outside of Disney? They are in a rush to evict Bob Iger. It needs to fall everywhere. Yeah, Bob Iger's, I guess he's stepping down soon. So let me see. Grindel Drone says, can you recite the poem from Peter Dinklage? I saw him going by. I haven't listened to what he said, but I saw Peter Dinklage was whining about something. I don't know what he was talking about though. So I'm a little out of the loop on that one. So my apologies. Let's see. What is this? What is this? High school anti-ICE protester runs in front of a moving car that was flying a Trump flag, gets knocked down. The incident happened at Fremont High School in Nebraska. The student's mother is fuming at school officials for failing to prevent the protest, arguing that children are too young to make informed decisions. Okay, hold on. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. Here we go. Hang on. No audio. Let me refresh and make sure we don't have audio. I'd really like to hear audio if we have it. Hang on. Do we not have audio? No audio. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I just want to be clear that I am not laughing at the situation at all. Seriously, I mean, I wish that you had better parents in this situation. You know, I mean, how old are these kids that we're talking about? Where are the parents at? Why are parents not involved with this situation? Let's see. First of all, I don't feel she's informed enough to have made a decision like that that she made by doing a protest. The mother said, I don't feel that any of the young people that were involved know enough about what's going on to do or set up a protest, because I feel they don't know what they're protesting. The female student is recovering with bumps and bruises. Don't run in front of moving cars, kids. Where are the parents? There is a universal excuse for bad behavior from kids. There's a universal excuse. This is why when people run with this whole like ban TikTok and ban this, don't ban anything. Banning things does not solve the problem. The problem is bad parents. Banning something does not solve that problem. So all that's going to happen is that bad behavior moves from one place to another, from one place to another. Simple as that. It was during school hour, Jeremy. Why are kids protesting at school? Why are kids in the fucking street protesting at school during school hours? That makes it worse. Yeah, like why aren't they in fucking class? Why are they running out in front of cars protesting anti-ICE? You know what? I'm playing my video from last night. I'm going to play my video from last night because it's my video about the Grammys, okay? My video about the Grammys right here. Go again. Celebrities virtue signaling at an award show. Like the video if you've heard that one before. I'm assuming everybody's going to have to like the video at that point in time. But yes, celebrities are taking an opportunity at an award show to cry and whine about ICE. Now, what's beautiful about this is that whenever these idiots speak, they show how stupid they are. And then you're going to have a lot of mindless drones, pronouns and bio weirdos are going to repeat this message because they're not willing to do any research whatsoever. They're just repeating the talking points that they are told to repeat. And that's the cycle over and over again. So tonight, many celebrities decided to speak out against ICE and what's happening in America. But interestingly enough, none of these people said anything when Barack Hussein Obama was president and his deportation numbers were completely dwarfing what Trump has deported at this. Why were they not protesting when Barack Hussein Obama was in office? Why not? Why were they not speaking out against the behavior of Barack Hussein Obama, who was deporting far more people at this point in time? And it's not even close. Now, we're not, and then like right here, comparisons, administration logged more than 3,260. The best parts here. Hussein Obama was in office.
I'm going to say ICE out.
So brave, so stunning. How on earth did this man find the courage to say what 99.9% of every person in that room is going to agree with, even though they prove how stupid they are? A standing ovation. A standing ovation.
We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans, and we are Americans.
Are you speaking to Barack Hussein Obama? Right here on Snopes Fact Check. Yes, U.S. deported more than 3 million people during the Obama presidency, most without a chance to plead in court. Most without a chance to plead in court. Barack Hussein Obama was treating illegals far worse than Trump has. Now, again, that's mainly because these idiots are constantly trying to block everything that Trump is doing. But, I mean, why do they not complain about Obama? Why not? In fact, and I think we have the method here to make them understand. And I played this video the other day. But this is how you get liberals to understand. This is how you make them hate Barack Hussein Obama, is you just basically replay his speeches about illegal immigrants, but you put Trump hair on him.
And often this argument is framed in moral terms. Why should we punish people who are just trying to earn a living? I recognize the sense of compassion that drives this argument. But I believe such an indiscriminate approach would be both unwise and unfair. It would suggest to those thinking about coming here illegally that there will be no repercussions for such a decision. And this could lead to a surge in more illegal immigration. And it would also ignore the millions of people around the world who are waiting in line to come here legally. Ultimately, our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders and set laws for residency and citizenship. And no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
There it is. In his own words. Man, this is crazy. So now liberals will hate it. Now liberals will hate everything he said because he has Trump hair on it. These people are idiots. All right, next up, we got to talk about Nicki Minaj. I have become a fan of Nicki Minaj, and last night she was mentioned at the Grammys. And she got pissed. And she said, "Oh, hell no. Y'all going to talk shit about me at the Grammys? Well, I'm going to respond." Here we go.
Here's another thing. You know, the Michael Wolff had the 100 and something plus hours. I had Michael Wolff.
Is that the guy you interviewed?
Yeah, we had him on the podcast a couple months ago.
Little dude with the glasses?
Trump threatens to sue Michael Wolff for the Epstein conspiracy. So let me tell you, something happened yesterday at the Grammys, which kind of I'll transition into that because I don't think there's anything else to cover here. We'll go into the Grammys. At the Grammys, they're saying what they're saying. I think, Trevor Noah was up there making fun of Nicki Minaj and saying, "Hey, Nicki, where are you?" Oh, Nicki's not here. Nicki's still at the White House with the president. And while he is impersonating Trump, right behind Trevor Noah is John Legend's wife. I don't know what her name is. Christy Teigen, right? Is this the one, Rob? Is that the one you have right there?
I believe so.
I think this is it. Go forward, Rob.
Every single person here, John Legend, Billie Eilish, Phineas, Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here.
See the girl on the back, Christy?
Yeah.
Go back 2 seconds, Rob, if you could.
With Donald Trump.
Go back. Watch what she does. Glad that you're not here. Thumbs up.
She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it.
She discussed some important issues because she tweeted this out right here. Everyone knows Chrissy Teigen has had a dick, allegedly. Ho, 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 ho. 5 million views right there. Woo!
Oh,
so cringe.
Wop, wop, wop. Look at it, baby.
Okay, so that's happening. Nicki goes on Twitter, and you'll see what point I'm trying to make. I'm going to bring you back to Trump here. Nicki goes on Twitter And they're showing me these tweets. You know, Tom follows Nikki very closely. And so Nikki, this is what she tweets. Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, this jig is up, okay? Nikki, to say something like that, how many views does that get, Rob, the tweet? With, what is that, 8.6 million views? And then Alex Jones, out of all the people, thanks me, Nicki Minaj. I want to thank you for your courage and extend an invitation to you join me on the podcast. I loved your comment about Don Lemon. Okay, he's doing his thing. Apparently, there's more things going on. If you can go there, Rob, there's pictures of many major names. And one of the faces is right there, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. She posts that picture of Jay-Z. And then go a little bit lower, and you'll see different pictures of Jay-Z with younger women.
Oh.
Okay, and I don't know who that is. Is that Aaliyah? When she
Aaliyah.
was, what, 16 or something like that?
I think there's one, Rob, where she puts
What happened to Aaliyah? So Aaliyah was also tied in with R. Kelly, and I know she passed away. What was the report? What was the official report for Aaliyah? How did she pass away? I don't remember. I remember she passed away, but plane crash? It's a plane crash. Okay. But I remember her being tied in with R. Kelly I don't know how old she was, but sad stuff, man.
She puts the age
Right
right
here.
there.
Zoom
15,
in.
16,
15,
age
16.
15.
Okay. So, by the way, here's the difference. There's a lot of people on X that will say stuff that are nobodies, that'll tweet. And you're not going to go sue everybody that's going to do whatever they're going to say. Nicki Minaj is not nobody.
No, and
if Nicki Minaj,
and the fact is, like, there's a lot of people. Like, this is it's Kira account is one of the biggest accounts on Twitter. Gets a lot of traction, and this Kira account is like waking up to Nicki Minaj, one of the biggest artists in the world, confirming that Hollywood sacrifices children and realizing every conspiracy theory turned out to be true. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody's waking up.
tweet something like this, and Jay-Z doesn't sue, well, it's very different than what Trump does. If Trevor Noah said something to Trump as a joke on his stand-up against him and Bill Clinton and the island, and he likes islands because, you know, what do you call it? Epstein Island is no longer around. And Trump immediately sues. We haven't seen it yet, but he says he's going to. And then he's going to be suing Michael Wolff. I mean, you got to just realize what's going to happen here. Is Jay-Z going to do anything to Nicki Minaj? She's making it very clear on what she's coming out with. So this is the part that you got to watch very closely on how Trump's handled this. Now, don't get me wrong. We've seen the clips that there was a relationship, that they would talk and the exchange and all this other stuff. Yes, we've seen that as well. But at the same time, there is levels to it. I think there was even one email exchange with Elon, right? On something about a visit, an island, and it wasn't available, and somebody wasn't available to go.
Yep.
And that was also public to the point that even Elon responded to that.
Yep.
If you guys go on Elon responded to the Epstein files, probably just Tallulah and me, what day night.
Alex Jones is right more than he's wrong. 100%. Alex Jones is a prophet in so many ways. Again, when you talk as much as people do on the internet, especially Alex Jones, of course you're going to get things right. I mean, I'm saying you're going to get things wrong. But if you weigh the amount of things that he's gotten right versus what he's gotten wrong, dude, like Alex Jones has got like, got like a 95% batting average. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's insane how much he's right. And yeah, he gets a little out there and he gets a little clickbaity, whatever. But like, Alex Jones is more right than most people. Same with Trump. Trump's almost always right. Has he gotten a few things wrong? Of course he has. But Trump's almost always right. So let's see. We got JJ for 20. Says, I'm a bit behind, so I'm still hearing you talk about Billy. It's funny she mentions stolen lands when she is friends with the royal family, who are the most wealthy landowners in history. Do you think they paid for that land? 100%. 100%. Thank you, brother. Narco says, get rid of that money that supports fraud and that entire system collapse. But you have to take down the fraud legally or it will come back to bite you in the ass. That takes time and patience. Yep. Horror Amarada says, Jeremy, these protesters are getting out of control here in Montana. There were a whole 5 scrawny lefties holding 8x11 signs in the front of the Fed building. I want to visit Montana. I really do. It's so beautiful out there. I just like to rent out like a cabin on a few acres of land for like a week. You know, me and the fam go out there. I'd love to spend some time in Montana. It's just beautiful out there. So
will be the wildest party on your island. Who's asking that question? Is that Epstein asking it?
According to this, it's Elon asking Epstein that.
Right. Okay, so Elon's asking Epstein that. Go back a little bit, Rob, and go to Elon responding to it. Because Elon actually responded to it. Oh, Elon tweets a lot. It's going to take you a minute to find him. If you go through it, eventually you'll find him. Maybe zoom in a little bit so we can all see if it comes through. There you go. Yeah, he responds to it to say, okay, wow, it's so crazy. Epstein killed himself before realizing he was innocent, and Ghislaine Maxwell was in prison for what exactly? Oh, yeah, Epstein client arrest counter is still 0. Sorry, maybe a dumb question, but if there are Epstein files, videos, and names tied to serious crimes, why hasn't anyone been arrested yet? And he just responds in a condescending way. Keep going lower. He does respond to it. Is that it, Rob?
Let me just say it like this. And I'm only using common sense. If Elon and Donald Trump were in fact guilty of anything, you would never know about Elon and Donald Trump. They would not be at the forefront of everything. They wouldn't be putting themselves out there. Like, look how low key a lot of the worst people, we don't even hear about them. The fact that Elon and Trump are the names that get discussed the most, it's because they clearly are not guilty of anything. And that's the narrative that the most evil people in the world want you. They want you talking about Elon and Trump, so you're not talking about them. That's why. And there's a lot of stupid people out there that are not willing to do any research, and they're just going to repeat the whatever they're told. But the evil people that are guilty want you talking about Trump and Elon, and a lot of stupid people have continued that conversation.
That's it. Yeah. Epstein hounded me relentlessly to go into his pedo island and always decline. Not you, though. You actually went. What gifts did you bring to Epstein when you went to pedo island?
Thank you.
This? Reid Hoffman. Oh. So that's the Reid Hoffman LinkedIn, right? Go a little bit lower. Let's see what's in the email, Rob. Zoom in a little bit so we can see.
Steelstorm Gaming, respect. He says, Montana's a lot like Florida, Jeremy. It's full. I respect that.
It. Likewise, I bought a gift that will wait for the next opportunity. Hope DC was good.
Apollo says, PBD sucks. Well, I was going to click off his video here in just a minute. So, but now we're going to watch the whole fucking video because you complained about Patrick Bet David. So you specifically complaining means we're going to watch the whole fucking video now. And we're going to drop links to his channel so everybody can go and watch and subscribe to him.
Sorry, I was really for looking to forget seeing you and spending time. Come visit. Please note. Okay. That's what? That's Reid Hoffman and LinkedIn and Epstein communicating with each other?
Yes, sir.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, he was there a lot.
So obviously, and by the way, I believe if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, I'm not like I do like watching Patrick Bet David's show because the production is very good. I think PBD has a very interesting approach to how he breaks things down, which allows me to then bounce off of what he's saying and give my opinions. But when this dude talks about entertainment, I want to I can't repeat what I want to I want to end it all. Like when he talks entertainment, it's like, oh my God, stop. You have no idea what you're talking about, bro. It's
Reid Hoffman financed whose legal...
the blonde crazy
Eugene Carroll.
Eugene Carroll.
Eugene Carroll.
Oh, wow. He's
Can you type in that? Can you type in Reid Hoffman, Eugene Carroll
funding?
Eugene Carroll.
Yeah, there's the connections here with what's going on. I mean, it's
deep.
By the way, do you realize if Trump doesn't win in 2024, how they would have handled this?
Oh my goodness.
Say Trump doesn't win, Kamala's a president. You know what the world would believe? They said whoever controls the president controls history.
Wow.
Whoever controls the president controls history. If Kamala's in the White House today, they're controlling history. What story would they be telling? How would they be spinning it? Reid Hoffman,
Hold on.
billionaire tech
Well, first of all, we wouldn't be talking about the Epstein files at all if Kamala was in office. And that's the point. We weren't talking about the Epstein files when Joe Biden was in office. We would not be having a conversation about Epstein in any way, shape, or form if Kamala was in office. That's the point.
Co-founder of LinkedIn, did financially support E. Jean Carroll in her civil lawsuit against Trump. Hoffman publicly acknowledged that he helped.
Now, for those that don't know who E. Jean Carroll is, this is E. Jean Carroll, okay? Reid Hoffman funded her 3 days after Trump announced his reelection. This is her incredibly weird interview with CNN and Anderson Cooper. It's so weird that Anderson Cooper had to cut to commercial because it got so awkward. It's so weird, dude.
Victim.
You don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
What the fuck is that? Wow, dude. What a lunatic. What an absolute lunatic. One more time, dude. This is crazy.
It hurt. But
I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short.
You hear that pause? Anderson Cooper's like, abort mission. Abort mission.
Think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
This was the left's poster child to go and take Trump down. Seriously. Dart Schwartz Rising says it all right there. What the actual fuck? Run, Cooper.
Fund Carroll's legal effort after the initial verdict. Says his support was motivated by opposition to Trump and belief in Carroll's case. The funding was routed through a nonprofit legal support structure, not paid directly to Carroll personally. This is commonly described as third-party litigation funding, which is legal in civil cases. So, in other words, Reid Hoffman funds E. Jean Carroll. Elon Musk funds Tommy Robinson. Go figure. One is trying to keep a country and EU safer. The other one is trying to make sure a guy goes to prison for something he allegedly never did. And what did E. Jean Carroll say in that interview to Anderson Cooper? I really like you.
Yeah.
I really like
rape. Some people like enjoy.
What is rape to you? Rape is a fantasy.
Let's go to commercial.
Fantasies.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, do you want to go shopping? What do you want me to buy you? You want to go to France? You want to go to Paris? Weird stuff. So, anyways, the Grammy stuff was a whole mess. But in the Grammy stuff, all this craziness that you're seeing, Vinny, I'll come to you on the Nicki Minaj thing and a response. Is there anything you want to add to the Nicki Minaj before we go to Jelly Roll?
Just the one thing, because you pointed out Christy Teigen. I want everybody to remember, go back, do your own due diligence and your own research. In 2020, she deleted 60,000 tweets. And if you really think about, by the way, and we keep hearing this pizza thing.
Somebody said it in the chat, but Danky, when you're editing this, and Hailstorm, if you're doing it for a short, we got to get this right here. All right. So whenever you play this, you got to follow it up with something else. So here we go.
Assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
Right here.
Lady, you're scaring us.
Oh man, lady, you scared us. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, such a great moment. Great movie.
If you look at the code words that these people use, pizza was either a young boy or a young girl or whatever the hell it was. She said tweets that were deleted.
Oh, yeah.
About, I'm watching.
Oh yeah. They show it. They saw Chrissy Teigen, whatever her name is. Like, this is why the James Gunn thing is such a, back in the day when James Gunn got busted for all of those tweets, my stance on the whole thing was, I am not for censorship and I am not for being a joke police and all of that. However, the things that James Gunn said, I have been involved in the worst shit-talking environments ever. I have been in locker rooms. I have played sports. I have been in Xbox Live, Modern Warfare. I have heard the worst of the worst shit-talking. I have, been involved in the worst of the worst shit-talking. I have never in my life ever been in a situation where we were saying the worst things you could imagine. All right. Very, very graphic stuff about women, because that's what men do. We talk shit about women and what we would do to women. And, oh man, I'd hook up with her. And I'd do, if you're a guy, okay. I have never been in a situation where in that environment, someone said something about children, because nobody would ever fucking say something about children. No matter how much shit is being talked, nobody is making comments about children in any of those environments. Zero. So when James Gunn goes on Twitter and says the things that he said about children in a sexual way, I'm sorry, man. That's a massive red flag. It's a massive red flag. It just is.
And tiaras, whatever. And she's like, I wish they would do splits and I want pizza on my chest. It's disgusting. If you're innocent, why would you delete 60,000 tweets? But I absolutely love what Nicki Minaj is doing, Pat. She's saying it as it is. There's no way somebody with that many followers is just going to come out and say, oh, I saw.
And to be clear, what I'm saying, like with men in locker rooms, we're talking about how we would like to take that woman to dinner. We would like to open the door for her. We would like to get her flowers. Very, very kind of surface level things. Nothing beyond that. I mean, it's really kind of classy, to be fair. It's really nice. It's really, really nice discussions that we have.
Ritualistic killings and blah, 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 blah. I don't think she's lying. Explain that to me. Seeing little girls do the splits half naked is just, I want to put myself in jail. What?
Dude. These people tell you that Trump's a bad guy. These people are telling you that Donald Trump is a bad guy and he needs to be arrested.
Seeing little girls do the splits half naked is just, I want to put myself in jail. What the hell are you talking about? Think about that. We're adults. What is she talking about? And then why are you deleting it and then coming back and saying, no, everybody's attacking me and I feel for my safety? Nah, he just said the cleanest and the best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old. Up until that. Very, very funny. And the list goes on. I'm about to Anthony Weiner this kid. What does that mean?
What the hell is wrong?
What does that mean? And then there's a video of her with John Legend.
9:36 p.m. She's obviously on drugs or drinking.
Or something.
My speculation would be it's 9:36 p.m. to say something dumb like this.
And do you remember when she's getting interviewed? Her and her husband, John Legend, are getting interviewed by somebody, and you don't even have to show Rob, and they go, John Legend looked like he saw a ghost. She goes, yeah, that one time that we hooked up, or they were talking about sex at the Obama thing, and he looked like,
No, we're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about it. So that's that. But I love that she's doing, Pat. They hate what she's doing because that's what they build you up. They give you this power, so you never talk about them and you never do this. They're all getting exposed. I absolutely love what she's doing. Nicki Minaj doesn't give a damn. She spoke up for the people, the Christians dying in Nigeria. She has the Holy Spirit in her. I don't care what anybody says. That's what's happening. It's a revival.
If you're watching this.
And playing off of that, I think it's a good time to play this right here. I saw this video. So this is a pastor dropping the truth on President Trump. So let's listen to this pastor talking about President Trump with all of that context, remembering who the people are. Judge me by my enemies. Trump's enemies are the worst fucking people in the world. They're the most horrible people in the world. So if you judge Trump by his enemies, listen to this.
There are two things that Donald Trump is doing. Number one, he's judging evil. If you look at what he's coming against, it all is in the category of evil. Why did he go to Nigeria? Because the terrorists were killing. Why did he bomb Iran? Because Iran said that they were going to create a nuclear bomb and kill Israel and the United States. So we're supposed to just let it happen? When you look at who he goes after the drug dealers. He goes after the predators. He goes after the abort. You ready for this one?
Uh-oh.
This is for your deeper audience.
Come on.
Let me tell you something. When I knew this man was being used by God, in his first term, I don't know if you remember this, the witches, the warlocks, and the abortionists all came together. And this is what they said, I quote, "We are asking everyone in the United States to join us on Facebook Live as we cast curses on the President of the United States and all who support him." It was a Facebook Live. It was nationwide. I told my wife, I said, let's see how stupid the preachers are on this one. Because the last time I checked, Jesus said Satan will never attack his own.
Come on now.
That's what Jesus said. And Jesus ain't never wrong. So if he said Satan will never cast out Satan, he will never attack his own. And then the people who represent Satan are attacking Trump. And then somewhere you got to ask the question is, well, maybe this Trump man is not of Satan.
Oh my gosh.
See, but they don't think like that. They don't know how to think. They just go with their emotions and they go with their arrogance and their pride. Everybody thinks that they know what they're talking about. They're too
Very, very well said. And, you know, there's just really evil, powerful forces that are constantly after Trump, and they're constantly trying to break through, and they're constantly trying to switch the narrative on him. It's been a decade. If you still are a decade later of Trump being the most, investigated human being in the world, he's the most investigated human being in my lifetime. The only person that I can think of that is more, or that would be on his level, would be Michael Jackson. But Trump has been investigated even more than Michael Jackson at this point in time. He's been investigated by every level of government, and they've found nothing on him. Nothing. They've tried to kill him. They have tried to, bankrupt him. They've attacked his family, his business, his friends, his associates, his supporters, and he's still here and he's still moving forward. Because I believe, and I said this back when the first assassination attempt happened, but I don't know how you look at the first assassination attempt, and then I don't know how you look at everything that he's gone through. And I don't know how you don't believe that God is not working directly through Trump, because a human being doesn't have the ability to do what Trump has done, not by himself. It's just a human being just does not have that ability. I'm sorry. Not to deal with all of what he's dealt with. I get stressed out after a week of being on the internet. Like what Trump deals with is it doesn't. I can't comprehend the amount of stuff that he deals with every single day. And he's been doing it for over 10 years. Not to mention, he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to. He was a billionaire. He was world famous. He literally could have lived the rest of his life wanting for nothing. What would possess a man that had everything to become this hated and attacked? What would possess him? Now, some people will say, well, it's ego. And it's like, yeah, ego will get you so far. I absolutely agree. Ego will do so much. Breaking Bad's a great example of that. Breaking Bad, the story of Breaking Bad, I'm not going to give any massive spoilers here, but I mean, it's one of the greatest TV shows of all time. But Hank and Walt both failed because of their egos. Now, they succeeded, but they also failed. You cannot live forever with your ego driving you. Eventually, your ego will fuck up and you will mess up big time. Trump is so far beyond ego, it's not even close. So ego will take you places and ego will get you so far, but eventually ego will absolutely fail you if that is what's driving you. And there's no way in hell that you're going to convince me that Donald Trump is operating solely on ego. That doesn't make sense. No one can accomplish what he has accomplished and endure what he's endured with and continues solely on ego. That doesn't make sense. There's something more, something that we don't understand that is guiding him. So, and I think this preacher, said it very well. So that's why I had faith when 2020 happened. I had faith that this was going to continue, that he would get back in office. And I have faith that we're going to win the midterms. And I have faith that he's going to continue to do what needs to be done. And because if he didn't have that working with him, then he would not have been able to survive any of this. Nobody would. No one man could do this. No human being could deal with this, in my opinion. And that's me just applying common sense to it, which is what I try to apply to everything that I look at is like, what's the common sense approach to this? The common sense approach is that, Donald Trump is a human being, a flawed human being, who makes mistakes, who lives his life like everyone else, but has this purpose and he has this drive, which is amazing. But your purpose and drive is only going to get you so far, especially into your 80s. This dude is 80. Like, I remember as a sports fan watching Tom Brady and going, is this dude going to play till he's 50? Well, he did pretty good, but guess what? Father Time is undefeated. And even Brady, as great as he was, he couldn't continue for various amount of reasons, whether that was his physical abilities leaving him, whether that was his family life, whether that was something else going on. Something pulled him away from the game at the age of 45 or whatever. I know he wanted to play at 50. He said he wanted to play to 50. Trump being... is he 80 yet or is he still 79? I can't remember. Is Trump 80 now? Somebody let me know if Trump is officially 80 or if he's 79 now. But either way, I mean, being 79 or 80, he's 79 now. Okay. 80 in June. Okay. 80. It's like, what's his name? He's a Trump hater, but Greg Popovich. I saw him the other day and I was shocked. So Greg Popovich, former San Antonio Spurs coach, and I saw him the other day and he was like on a cane. It was crazy to see him on a cane. And I think he had a stroke not too long ago. And the point being is that, and he looks really bad. Right here. This is Popovich right here. Look at him. Now, I am not a fan of Greg Popovich because of his TDS, but that is beside the point. And I don't know how old Pop is. How old's Popovich? I know he's like mid 70s, maybe something like that. But when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. Trump is he's 77. Stephen Popovich is 77. So he's 77 and he can barely even function. Trump. And if you want to bring the physical stuff into it, that's one thing. And Trump is still very physically able to do stuff, but it's the mental weight that's on Trump. He should not be able to deal with the weight of the world like he does at his age. It really doesn't make sense. 79-year-old man who is physically still very much in good shape, and mentally, he's sharp as a knife. It doesn't make sense that he is still able to pull this off. However, He is a young, vibrant man.
I just feel like a young man. I'm so young. I can't believe it. I'm the youngest person. I am a young, vibrant man. I look at Joe. I don't know about him. I don't know. Macho man, yeah.
So, So anyway, we'll close this out with just saying that it does seem like there's powers beyond, you and I that are working with Trump, and oh, please play the God Made Trump from Dilly Meme Team. Dude, that is one of my favorite ones. I don't have that one, though. Let me see if I can find it. Trump actually played this. Let me see if I can find it. I'll have to search it out. Is this it? Oh, here we go. This is great. Thank you for that one, man. Sean. Yep, good call. Good call. Here we go right here. All right, God Made Trump from the Dilly Meme Team right here. Let's see. Here we go.
And on June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us Trump. I need somebody who can shape an axe, but wield a sword, who had the courage to step foot in North Korea, who can make money from the tar of the sand, turn liquid to gold, who understands the difference between tariffs and inflation, will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, but then put in another 72 hours. So God made Trump. God had to have somebody willing to go into the den of vipers, call out the fake news for their tongues as sharp as a serpent's. The poison of vipers is on their lips, and yet stop. So God made Trump. God said, I need somebody who will be strong and courageous, who will not be afraid or terrified of the wolves when they attack. A man who cares for the flock, a shepherd to mankind who won't ever leave nor forsake them. I need the most diligent worker to follow the path and remain strong in faith and know the belief of God and country. Somebody who's willing to drill, bring back manufacturing and American jobs, farm the lands, secure our borders, build our military, fight the system all day, and finish a hard week's work by attending church on Sunday. And then his oldest son turns and says, Dad, let's make America great again. Dad, let's build back a country to be the envy of the world again. So God made Trump.
Dilly Meme Team is awesome. Thrashfi says that Jeremy about to tear up. You are correct. I am about to tear up. Because your mom texted and said that Tyrone was over last night. So I don't have a shot at making her feel anything now. So, I'm really upset about that. So, but I guess he went out for a pack of cigarettes. And so, we'll wait for her to heal up. So, happy Black History Month, everybody. All right. Thank you for that. 3 for 10 says, here's my prediction. Shortly before testimony or during for maximum sympathy points, Bill Clinton will catch a sudden case of Alzheimer's. Hey, that might actually happen. All right. That might actually happen. I seriously remember this one. Okay. Bill Clinton suddenly has dementia, everybody. That could happen. That could happen. Or Bill Clinton may just suddenly fall. Yep. Keep that one in the memory bank. Ministry of Wrong thinks this is not a coincidence that liberals are dragging kids out in increased number to protest after screaming that ICE murdering protesters. They want a child to be hurt by ICE for the headline. Correct. They absolutely do. Marmilla says she starts to hit on the gayest news anchor ever. Yep. Alex Arrowcave says Helen of Somalia. Dark Red Knight says I've never been believed Rumble's numbers. Jeremy Springer says Jeremy Rumble got hit with a DDoS attack during his stream. I heard about that. Mike Hill says Roger Goodell said Bad Bunny can unite the people during the halftime show after his comments about ICE last night. Fuck Roger Goodell, dude. I can't stand for all of my issues. You know, let me see if I can find it. Look, I know Portnoy is annoying, okay? But he's still funny too, dude. All right. Let me see if I can find it. When he yelled at Goodell, when he called him, hang on, was this it? He called him Hitler. Like it. Hang on.
Not wanted. Neither is this whole trial. This whole trial is a sham. I don't want to be here. I got much better things to do in the summer.
Me too.
So can I ask a question? ESPN has started this. They're as responsible as Roger Goodell is. Questions are fair.
Can you just please step to the side?
No.
Okay.
It's just a standoff.
It will do.
A Western standoff.
Not Western. Why do you have to? Why can't you just step to the side?
This is the side.
Why can't you step over there to the other side?
Because ESPN hides.
Well, let them hide.
Let them hide. They don't want to talk to anybody. That's the problem.
So why keep asking them questions?
Because they stand in front of a camera and make up lies, and I'm here to ask them about their lies.
I got to find the part where he actually confronts. So Goodell shows up at this one, and he's screaming at Goodell, calling him Hitler. It's so funny. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Okay. So
All today. And get to the. I hope that kid's telling the story right. The Al Pal, salesman lawyer right there. I hope take this to the end. This is about. Thank bow tie, of course. Stupid.
Here we go.
Yeah, nice bow tie, of course. Stupid Goodell! People aren't stupid! This is America! You can't lie! You're a liar! Hitler! Just stupid grin from Goodell.
I hate Roger Goodell so much. Freaking Portnoy, man. Back in the day, Portnoy was a savage. He went after ESPN. He went after all of them. Yeah, Goodell's terrible. Sean Skywalker says Minnesota tards. But Cool Priest says colonization is good now. We all move to the Bahamas and vote as Jeremy for President. Scolding us would be fascist. No IDs needed. Take over nations. President. I like that. Is that my new nickname? President. I like that. Okay, let's go. Minister of Wrong Thing says, what is the recent liberal desperation to prove Trump farted in a press conference? They act like the mere accusation is more damning than Epstein. These people are so insane. It's hard to even understand what motivates them. Narco says, Trump got Chuck Norris on his side. Enough said. Josie says, back in 2018, Alex Jones said, when the light shines on the celebrities and the leaders of their crimes, they won't be able to walk down the street. That's true. Udite says Trump is still going stop preserved of all the preservatives in McDonald's he eats. It keeps his organs preserved. We found the fountain of youth. That's another thing that doesn't make sense. Is Trump's diet is crazy. Like, who was it? What's his fucking name? Drawing a blank. Dana White talked about it. About Trump and his, like right here.
I've never seen him drink water, ever.
Fanto, there he is.
You're too thin. You're too thin. You don't. You look better before you
He said that?
Yeah, he says it all the time. You're too thin. But listen, it works for him.
No, okay,
Look
so
at
that's okay, but
the energy level. He's unstoppable. It
no, but-
works for him.
Okay, but like you made a study of physiology, like how the human body works. How does this guy on Big Macs and Milky Ways stay up for 48 hours and remain sharp? How do you do that?
Big Macs, Milky Ways, and Cokes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally, we'll be at the fight.
He's 78.
He'll sit at the fights with me all night. You're talking like 6 hours because he shows up for the prelims. We hang out in my back room. Then we walk out and we watch the fights. It's 6 hours. So I'll ask him, you want a water? No. And then somebody will bring him over a Coke and he'll drink Coke. I've never seen him drink water, ever. I'm not saying he doesn't drink water. I'm just saying I've never seen it. And we're friends and I've been around him a long time and a lot.
Well, he does drink water in a very awkward way, which is right here.
17,000 jobs. Thank you. Oh, they don't have water. That's okay. What? Oh, it's okay. Oh.
This is how I take NyQuil. Why does he drink water like that? This is how I drink NyQuil. Oh, fuck. It's so funny. Oh my God, man. It's so good. Yeah, his Pepto is how you drink Pepto. Holy shit, man. What a fucking character. Litton says Jeremy's Mustang equals Grift Force 1. I respect it. Hell yeah. Let's freaking go. Marmalin says it's not the Coke bottle shape, so he is confused on how to drink it. SD0 says I expected Dan Bongino to be like RoboCop due to his hairline, but we didn't get that. Tommy says update. Jose fixed my sink, so I'm not calling ICE. Hell yeah, man. Tell Jose we appreciate it. We're not going to call ICE. Net Steeler says poke the bear tax. Brian Stewart says F Naughty Dog and F Sony. Raylos are weird. Solo lost money. ACC says Jeremy, you missed my first super chat. I didn't. I got it. You said Donald Trump or whatever. Heavy D says big Abby pump for old times, please. Jim P says Grammys were last worth anything as the 90s. Yeah, I don't remember when last time I cared about the Grammys. I mean, even like the Oscars. Like as a Christopher Nolan fan, he won like everything last year for Oppenheimer, and I just didn't care. Like, I was like, I don't even care about the Oscars. I love Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's a fantastic movie, but him winning it meant so little to me because I was just like, the Oscars suck. Like, I don't care. Like, there's no prestige to these award shows anymore. They don't matter. They're irrelevant. Too Tired says, remember the missing trafficked children? Nikki's comment there starts making sense. While we'll never see them again, the reason they were trafficked in. Well, again, I will keep bringing up the whole point of, I think one of the people that the Trump administration should be embracing is Tim Tebow. Because I think Tim Tebow and what he's doing to bring attention to this human trafficking problem in the United States of America, and not the term that gets pushed by the media, because the media has completely like ruined the term human trafficking because they go after people for however they spin it. But like, there's a real human trafficking problem. And Tim Tebow, a genuine human being who is very much at the forefront of trying to protect these kids. I would hope that, you know, they would embrace him. And again, I don't know if he has the clout, he has the fame, he has the connections. He could get a meeting with Trump, I would assume. But, you know, Little Jim Saylor says the left's new tactic right now is to use young children to teenagers to push their ideology, hoping a federal agent hurts them or red rum them. That's actually sad but true. Fantastic Knox says, if Billie Eilish says America is built on stolen land, does that mean that non-Americans can claim her mansion and live in it? Because Billie is on stolen land. Yes, it does, apparently. It's the Shy Guy says, did you see that everyone wants to eat groundhog since Phil, since he was, wait, what? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about here. So, saw his shadow and sentenced us to 6 more weeks of winter. What? I have no idea what this is in reference to. I'm completely lost. Why are you guys talking about Asman in my chat? I like Asman. The Mass Marvel says, tagged you on a video at a protester getting hit. It has audio. Okay. Site team says, you're fascinating to talk to. Patriot Dad says, okay, can't fix it. I give up. Let's see. Oh, the movie Groundhog Day. I thought it was something else. I was completely thinking there was something else going on. So it's been forever since I saw Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. So Jeremy doesn't know what Groundhog Day is. I did. I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. I am plugged into politics, so I'm thinking there was some political angle to it. So my bad on that. Let's see here. Over on Rumble, Johnny Whiskers says, I was thinking of doing a Rumble only channel, but they don't help promote channels. You don't recommend it. And what about Odyssey? Guess that's even lower than Rumble when competing with YouTube. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you don't be on a platform. I don't really upload to Odyssey anymore. I don't really know. I don't understand cryptocurrency. I have no idea. So Odyssey is all tied into cryptocurrency. And either I'm just too old to understand crypto, or everybody else is pretending they understand crypto. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it works. I don't understand how you make money. I don't understand how you get paid. I don't understand any of that shit. So yeah. Johnny Whiskers says, if I don't make it to Orlando, would you be able to possibly either do Vegas or Dallas? I have 5 events I want to plan this year, including Japan on July 4th, celebrate America's 250th birthday. Yeah, I can't plan that far out. My world is so chaotic. So, I don't know if I'm making it to those meetups or not. We will have those, like, the fellowship and the 199, but I don't know if I'll be there. Steve Stray says, I understand what you're saying, Jeremy, but Trump is in the Epstein files. Yeah, exactly. Litton says, not to be much of a fig, but I really respect your grift and I admire how far you've come. Keep it coming. This is how I get my current events. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm trying to juggle, Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra, and everything else we do. And I feel that I've done a bad job of maintaining Geeks and Gamers. But luckily, Ryan and Jay and Beardo and Mike and Steph have been doing a good job on the main channel with daily, the website, which I've invested a fuck ton of money into. I'm very happy with the website. We have a great team over there. They're doing a great job. And I'm hoping that we start making some ROI on that at some point. But the team has done a fantastic job. Then we have Park Hoppin'. We have Sports Wars. Geeks and Gamers Play, Geeks and Gamers 2. So there's just a lot that I'm trying to manage, but Cobra Cast has become kind of my primary focus. And so just trying to keep up with everything, but it can be a lot to maintain. And that's on me, just trying to take on so much. But luckily, we got a great team that's helping me out with it. So let's see here. Complimented Beardo. Did I? Fuck. All right. Run it back. All right, let me go through that whole thing and not compliment Beardo. Just kidding. Chairman needs a car wash. But thank you, Litton. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying what we're doing. And D-Day Cobra 2 is growing. We're closing in on 30,000 subs over there. So that's pretty cool. Chris is crushing it with Park Hoppin' and all the social media stuff. Sevy's helping out on social media. There's so many people. I can't sit here and name all the people involved in what we have going on, but our crew is doing great. They really are. Jessica, who's in the chat right now, doing awesome on the website. Let's see. Renzer says Jeremy has never been to Somalia. Yeah, you are correct because I'm smart. What about Hailstorm? I don't know. What about Hailstorm? Nah, fuck him. Rob says that so many horrible revelations that the Epstein files drown out. Los Angeles County has 18% of all home health claims in the entire country. Fraud and theft everywhere. Dems in power. Everywhere Dems are in power, there's going to be fraud and theft. That's just how it is. Litton says, hail to the team. Look at there. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. Let me see. There's a subscribe to D-Day Cobra 2. Again, one more time, just so I can remind you, if you either can click the link in the description, the link in the comments, which is pinned, or you can go to geeksandgamers.com and you can click the RSVP link, which will take you here. And if you want to come to the Orlando meetup, 3/21/26, to be clear, no charge. The only charge is you may have to pay for parking if you drive. But that's an event thing that has nothing to do with us. You'll have to go through security and all of that. That's why we do it at City Walk. So they have a whole security checkpoint. So everybody that goes in there. And then we will also have private security, undercover security. I don't fuck around with all that. We make sure nobody's going to come there and do anything. So we have that. It takes a lot of, we put a lot of money into stuff like this to make sure everything is cleared and checked out so that nobody can cause trouble or anything like that. So, but yeah, hopefully you RSVP and we'll see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We do have our panel the day of at MegaCon. That day we have our panel at MegaCon. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys and gals over there. Should be a lot of fun. Let's see. I heard it might snow in Orlando. No. It got kind of chilly here. I think that we got snow flurries in Pensacola, but I wasn't there at the time. So, but let me see. Got that one. I got to check all my notifications on my phone. Zeke the Wise says later, everyone. Where you going, Zeke? Plus Ryan knows karate. That is true. Laughing Man says 3-hour stream in the books. See you later, Jeremy. Am I being told that I have to leave now? Is that it? I'm being told I have to leave. That's it. Nobody wants me here anymore. It was raining iguanas in Florida. Did Jeremy say snow furries? I don't think so. You're dismissed. Really? Okay. I like this. You're going to leave? You guys know me way too well. You can tell when I'm winding down the stream. Everybody can. SD0 says, did Jeremy get my super chat? I did. I don't remember what it was, but I remember getting your super chat specifically. Let me see here. Leave tax. Yeah. When I get a leave tax super chat. All right. AC says, you missed my first super about Trump and his tuxedo. I don't recall that. I can see if I can find it, but I don't think I recall seeing that. Let's see. You said, hi guys, what doing? Donald Trump is awesome. That's the only one I saw from you. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Got it. By the way, Jeremy, how classy and awesome was Trump on Air Force One press gaggle with the tuxedo? Looked like he was about to sing Frank Sinatra with Susie. Okay, got you. See there? We found it. DJ says, Jeremy never reads my super chats either. Well, it is what it is. Hey, we had over 4,000 people here tonight. So CobraCast continuing to hit great numbers. So thank you all so much. Narco says, did you read my red October Montana super chat? Did you get my red? I didn't get your red super chat, Narco, because you didn't send one. Mod Eric says, Jeremy skips all my super chats. I do. I'm just glad Jeremy can read, says SD0. I wouldn't go around saying that a lot because there's not a lot of people that's going to agree with you. Not bad for a dead channel. Not bad for a dead channel. Read super chat. Well, he said red. When he read my $2 supers, I know he wants to leave, says Brian Stewart. Let's see here. Let me see. The Hunt for Red October is a movie, you fig. Well, that's not the way you typed it, though. With Sean Connery. I still prefer Crimson Tide to Hunt for Red October, but they're both great. But you've got to, like, Crimson Tide is one of Denzel's greatest movies, and Denzel versus Gene Hackman is some of the greatest acting you will ever see. It really is, man. ACC says, Jeremy, you missed my super. I'm so disappointed. East Coast Toaster Boy says, I mean, you read better than Beardo. That is not a high bar, but I will take it. Litton says, just trying to help a dying channel. And I appreciate it. All right, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much. Man on Fire is awesome too, no doubt. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Vic says, missed supers tax. You guys have a good evening. We appreciate it. Check out D-Day Cobra 2. Check out, we'll have some shorts uploaded to this channel as well. So if you guys are interested in that, you can go check those out. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.